All right. Good evening, everyone. How you doing, Jamie?
Good. How you doing, Clayton?
Oh, pretty good. We got the band back together for tonight. So, hey.
It sounds like it's going to be a little more than just tonight even, right?
Yeah, Mike's going to take a little time off. He's got some other things going on. So, Jamie and me are back together here on Wednesday nights. And I don't know, maybe we'll pop in on some Thursdays too. And I do believe, I know we're working on it. We are going to have now, and we can say it, Governor Kelly Armstrong on here in the near future. So,
that's right.
Happy to have that. So, but before we get started, how about you tell us what the Second Amendment
Yes,
says?
sir. A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed.
Hey, brother, absolutely, man. And things are heating up, aren't they? Although we've had some good news, haven't we, already right out of the gate?
Yeah.
I mean, look what Trump did right away.
Yeah, lifetime NRA member. You know, I thought he didn't like the Second Amendment. Some guys are all worried about it.
Hey, Dan, good evening from over there on the western edge of North Dakota. I'm just over there. I bought some windbreak panels in that area, so I was up there by that Richardson area. So had a nice drive one day. Trampus, good to have you on here. Hey, speaking of Trampus, I won a gun. Remember that? I was like, hey, I was at the governor's ball with you, and I was like, check this out. I won a gun. So I got to get up there. I think they said Tag Firearms and pick it up one of these days. So.
Really? What'd you win from Tag?
I won a Howa 6.5 Creedmoor man bun.
Really?
I did.
Wait, Howa does Tag does stuff Bloodline to their sponsor there too. So Jake,
yeah, I thought while I'm in there, maybe I'll have to hit them up a little bit. It's always good to have another gun.
Yeah, you should.
Right? Speaking of that, Little Angry Man Arms, I went over there yesterday, picked up. Oh my goodness, these Henry Originals. I'm telling you, what a beautiful gun. The wood on it. I mean, they're just. I mean, yeah, they're not the original. They're the new originals. They're reproducing them again. So, got a special thing going to be doing. I'm doing with that gun personally. So, taking that along with me tomorrow and dropping off at A&E and Grayson. So, I'm looking forward to that.
Awesome.
Hey, Corey, good to have you in. We're climbing on the deal here. By the way, thanks to everybody going over to Twitter. Twitter seems to be the thing. I mean, we did those live streams, and I mean, 200 and 300 people tuned in to them. So, of the inauguration. But President Trump got rid of what was the name of that? Gun violence, whatever. Yeah.
Oh, let me give you the exact name of this worthless agency. It was called the Office of Gun Violence Prevention, and their very own Vice President Cacklebox was the head of that, Clayton.
I know, and it basically had other funding. The worst part about that, hey, Randy Lambert, good to have you.
What's up, Big R?
And
Big R's new to live streaming now. He's doing some educator stuff. Yeah,
we're glad to have him on here. He's listening from Fascist-book, so hopefully they don't think this.
I shared it to my page too, so we got a lot of three of them here on Fascist-book. There you go.
He says the owner Tag Firearms is down at the SHOT Show, and that's right. SHOT Show's going on right now down there in Las Vegas. I know a few people down there right now too.
So far, the coolest thing I've seen on there watching videos, they're making suppressors with carbon wrap suppressors. I can't remember the name of the company but the guy shooting, he shot a 30 rounder through it, a semi-auto, just basically pop, 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 put it right up to his face, didn't even burn him. He said it was mildly warm. So yeah, I don't know the price that. I'm imagining that's crazy. Podcast. He's just doing a podcast. All right, sorry, Big R. I did tell him about RSS. He can get it out to all them platforms.
And we can help you, Randy, and just get a hold of me or Jamie, and we'll definitely. I can give you a hand with that. I learned the hard way, but I'm willing to help anybody that's with us on stuff. I mean, I've tried to get Scotty to switch over from CommieTube as his platform and try what we're using.
I mentioned it to him too. He didn't.
But if we get him over there, heck. And by the way, I'm telling everybody, so on X, please share it with your friends. Get them to follow. I know I learned something on there that if we have 2,000 followers, it opens up a few more things for us to do. So hop over there and give us a follow. Share it with your friends. Ask them to follow the channel. By the way, it's crystal clear. It's way better. I mean, when you watch the videos over there.
So we got a listener, Clay, way down in St. Lucia. I just got a text. So that's
really
damn near down in Guatemala. He said, I'm still up in St. Lucia. He's out of sun. Appreciate that, brother.
Absolutely.
So real quick, I'll give Big R his Spotify. He's on Spotify, and it's called The Knowledge Shield and Spear. And it's a personal project. He's got his Big R's a vice principal, so he's a good guy on our team, and he's he's gonna have some guests on there. He's got a whole thing here. Look it up. Big R needs to get himself a Facebook page or something going. Get you that page, Big R.
Knowledge what again?
The Knowledge Shield and Spear.
Spear. I think I got it right. Hopefully, I did.
Podcast. Yeah, check him out on Spotify. He's on there. So
Spotify, but yeah, we need to get him set up so he can go to everybody.
Yeah. And speaking of the governor, Clay and I went to the governor's inaugural ball. That was a lot more fun than I thought it was going to be, Clay.
Yeah, it was, and I'd had a really rough day that day. Remember when I called you? I'm not even sure, but I made it. I made a point to get up there, and I kicked a few back, didn't I?
Yeah. Clay was,
but I was feeling pretty good. I know that.
And I was doing pretty good till later. We had I can't remember the guy's name. We were doing some shots with him.
He was a FedEx driver. I don't remember, and I apologize. I don't remember your name over there in Dickinson, but heck of a good guy. He was buying.
Yeah, he was buying
everyone drinks, just having a good time.
Good guy. Yeah, it was fun.
And Michael Bell, he stopped by, and we had some fun with him. I mean, I don't know, we saw all kinds of people over there. It was a good time. It was a good celebration. And I know a lot of people, you might have issues with Kelly. You're not going to agree with every single point. That's just the way it is. But Kelly is definitely way better than Burgum, and he's definitely way better than the crazy Democrat that was running. So, come on.
Merrill Peepeecorn.
Yeah, the guy's record horrible.
Speaking of Bell, we're going to be on Michael's show the 3rd of February. 2 hours, 9 to 11. We're going to be. Matter of fact, we're doing a swag giveaway too, Clay. We're going to have a hat, T-shirt. I think we got one of these too, don't we? I think we got one of our coasters left here.
I might bring one.
They've got decal.
We've got a few things. We'll try to maybe package it all up. I don't know. I don't think we want to.
I thought we were verified on X.
We are. We're blue checked. Yep.
Oh, okay. It says we need to get your X page verified. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, who said that? Oh, Randy.
Big R.
Oh, yeah. I'm telling you. Yeah, we are. We are actually a blue check, and that's why we can can live stream to it. So yeah, you'd probably have to do that too. But
we should be a red check.
Maybe the verified status is different. I don't know. I'll have to check it out. I can tell you that we did have some help, though, from your relatives out there in California. I'm guessing that's who initiated that, and we appreciate that because they have
friends. We're not related, but I mean, we could be.
The vetted patriots.
We're all related sometime.
Yeah. But anyway, I'm reading some text here. So, yeah. Yeah.
And by the way, speaking of checks and decal, we do have new decals, right, Clayton?
We do.
Just picked them up today from Signs of Wonders. Rick did a great job on them, per usual, as he does with all of our decal work. Appreciate that. Rick got them done real fast for us. So
Does a great job. He makes all our banners. I mean, he does a fantastic job.
yeah. Busy as hell too. Ever since I said Trump, when he said he damn near can't keep up, which I'm hearing that from a lot of business owners actually.
I'm hearing a lot of that kind of stuff too. It makes sense, right? I mean, everybody's ready now. They know, they absolutely know things for the next 4 years are going to be pretty darn good, and you're seeing it already. So Big R was asking about Jamie in a tux here. So give me a minute, and I'll pull something.
Oh, was he?
I mean, I was shocked he got dressed up too. I mean, come on.
Doesn't happen very often. Usually just weddings.
I actually went and bought a brand new. I've been wanting to buy a new sport coat, and we're not talking much about our subject, but hey, whatever.
We'll get there soon.
We'll get there. Yeah. There we go. There. Can you see it now? I'll bring it there he is.
That's me on the left, the governor in the middle, and Clay on the right with his crown apple.
Crown apple, yeah, that's some good stuff. And
I thought you had me there. I guess I do have a Coors Light in my hand too. I was kind of hiding it.
Yeah, you got the light beer. So, and I think Kelly was having a good time too. We kind of hung around.
Oh yeah.
Later, and yeah, Kelly's a good guy. He's a regular guy, and we enjoyed the evening. Had a lot of fun with him.
You bet. You bet.
So there you go. And I shared it.
I thank my buddy Brad for that. He actually had that suit, and I didn't think it fit me. It did. Appreciate you, Brad. I'm going to get it dry cleaned and get it back to you because I did slip on the ice and went down, Clay. I don't know if I told you too, but I guess a bunch of people were going down out there. One guy cracked his head open pretty good, I guess. So fortunately, it wasn't me. Yeah. Yeah, I damn near cracked my shin. It's still swelled up and got a good shot on it. But
yeah, you went down twice.
Yeah, I did in the garage too.
Lynette says, "Hey guys, Jamie, you are so loud and we can't hear Clay very well." Really?
Oh, let me fix that for you here real quick. That's I'm usually just a loud son. I had it down to here. I'll go down to 70. I had it at 70 to start, and I switched it. How's that, Lynette? Is it? We doing good, or should I go lower?
I don't know what to tell you, Lynette. I've got now there. I just think I wasn't speaking in there enough. So there we go. All right.
Clay. Should we get into these game and fish things here?
I think we probably should. Unless you want to do Wayne. Maybe we should hit Wayne quick like.
Yeah, hit Uncle Wayne on there. Uncle Wayne gets a lot of hate.
As everybody knows, NRA's been going through some pretty big changes, and LaPierre, he stepped down. What was that, last year already, if I remember right? Big lawsuit that happened, and he was found basically liable for, I think it was over $4 million. Well, the winter meeting of the NRA board of directors that wrapped up after midnight on January 11th, and they do the board of directors, which is a huge board. It's too big as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
They wrapped up their meeting, and out of that meeting, guess what happened? Mr. Wayne LaPierre tendered a payment for over $4 million to the NRA, covers the total judgment against LaPierre issued in last year's civil suit, plus interest. Now, here's the big thing with this, though. LaPierre filed a notice of appeal on that judgment, so that means he still has the right to appeal it. The NRA now will need to hold on to that money until that time or after any other appeals are finally concluded. It could take years, who knows? And as we all know, wheels of what? Justice, bureaucracy, anything. They just move like molasses on a 20-degree day.
Yep.
Actually, kind of like my number 2 diesel if I'm using it. So the board, they basically said they weren't satisfied with LaPierre's payment. They passed strongly worded resolution expressing this. Now, I happen to know one of the board members, and I talked to him since I sent you this. And he was satisfied with it. He said that there was a big issue on the board, and they were kind of pissed off. He says, led by what I would call, remember the guys that were running that were always there with Amaland and stuff like that? But you know what? They had valid points, honestly. Mm-hmm. So I understand what happened. So they did not like this. They expressed that their commitment to recovering all legal fees and other expenses paid by the NRA on behalf of LaPierre in the relation to the lawsuit. Another action came from the meeting. It was a dissolution of a special litigation committee. So this special litigation committee, it lived up to its record right up to the end. with their last official act being the filing of notice of appeal in the New York AG case, Attorney General. For practical purposes, the notice has, in effect, retaining the option of filing an appeal within the next 6 months. Had the NRA not filed notice on Friday, January 10th, the window for this filing would have been closed permanently. So that still leaves it open. And you got to remember, Brewer attorneys and counselors, that was NRA's official, they were the official litigators when I was there. And it was their final act. They are no longer counsel for NRA. So big shakeup at the NRA. Let's just face it. He did make payment. He's appealing it, which I don't know, maybe I would too, especially if I believed I didn't do anything wrong. When I read the case, I'm telling you right now, there's a lot of stuff in there that I was unaware of. I think Wayne, he has some liability here. I think they went after him a little harshly. I don't think all the things listed in there he was involved with. I really don't. And I think that he essentially was taking a lot of advice from a lot of wrong people. But hey, you're the guy in charge, and that's where the buck stops, right?
Yep, and the media, hey man, let's be honest, the media made Uncle Wayne look like, to their side, and to the people who didn't know, like some kind of freaking monster and one of the worst people on the face of the earth.
Oh,
and, all guys out there trying to defend our rights. I still remember after Newtown, he went up there. NRA was one of the only organizations, and then Uncle Wayne went right into the Bears den there and told them what the reality of the situation was.
He did, and I really felt even when I worked there that it was. I mean, how many times I'd say it? I think he should retire, right? Mm-hmm. But he was the face of the NRA for a long time and did a lot of good. Like you said, he'd go into the Lions Den. He wasn't afraid of nobody. I mean, he debated that gal from the UN. Remember that? The UN big debate. I forget.
Oh, we're out of the UN now, baby.
Yeah, well, we're the UN. We're out of it. No, we're definitely out of the World Health Organization.
NATO, yeah, freaking Trump got us out of NATO. He watched him sign the. Oh, that's a big one, isn't it?
Now, the World Health Organization is horrible too, so I'm glad. And they warned us that we shouldn't do it. Yeah, you know what? Like, we care, right? I mean, I'm telling you what, that man's done more in 2 days. I think
the letters FO mean anything to you, NATO?
Yeah, FO, find out, right? So, anyway, I just wanted to update you on the NRA stuff. There's a little more about this.
Yeah.
If you want, you can look up NRA versus Bulo and NRA versus Como, and they will kind of take you right into what happened. They'll give you the narrative. They'll give you the
Cuomo, I'm running for mayor.
Yeah.
I'm back, baby. I'm going to grab some asses.
I can't believe that he thinks he can run again. Hey, New York, who knows, right?
Nobody needs 10 rounds to kill a deer.
Not at all. You need 10 rounds or more to protect me against tyrants.
Yeah.
So, tell you what, why don't we take our first break, Jamie? I think that's a good time. We're 20
Let's do it.
Let's take our first break, and thanks some sponsors, and then we'll come back and we'll get into these bills that are taking place in the North.
Yes, sir.
LAUER Auto Repair, located at 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Give them a call at 701-258-6308.
The team of mechanics at LAUER Auto can take care of any problem your vehicle is having. And when you do business with LAUER, you can be assured you're doing business with a pro Second Amendment America First repair shop. There are plenty of other auto repair shops in the Bismarck-Mandan area. But why take a chance at patronizing a shop that might not have your beliefs at heart? Make no mistake. LAUER Auto is your pro Second Amendment repair shop. When you talk to the guys at LAUER Auto, don't forget to tell them that you heard they are a sponsor of Guns and the 701 and that you appreciate their support of our pro Second Amendment, pro North Dakota live stream and podcast. That's LAUER Auto Repair, 701-258-6308.
701-258-6308.
Located 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Experience the exhilaration of power in your hands at Bloodline Kinetics. Why Cerakote? Simply, it aids in firearm preservation while also giving your piece a unique look. Barrel threading, NFA laser engraving, bolt handle threading, mount, level, and bore, sight scope chamber, rebarreling, and much more. Bloodline Kinetics is meant to reflect a long American lineage in gun ownership, who stand for the Second Amendment rights, Bloodline, and the science behind gun accuracy. Kinetics. To some, it's just a constitutional right that can go away. To us, it's in our American bloodline, and we believe it should stay that way. Here at Bloodline Kinetics, we understand that hunters, sportsmen, women, and gun owners should have a quality firearm. Stop and see us at 2008 Morrison Avenue 2 in Bismarck, North Dakota, 58504, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call 701-390-7997. Visit our website, bloodlinekinetics.com.
Anvil Brand LLC, raising and training tomorrow's barrel horses right out of Bismarck, North Dakota. Tracy and her family are great American patriots who not only support the Second Amendment, but they also promoted what you're looking for, top quality barrel horses. Go ahead and give Tracy a call at 701-471-6629 and tell them Guns and 701.com sent you. That's Anvil Brand LLC out of Bismarck, North Dakota.
Like Michael, the flow like Aubrey. Walk around thinking I'm a prince like Saudi. Mismatched Converse, t-shirts tucked in. Know my worth, can't tell me nothing. White Nikes, albino, can cop my stilo. Head to the top.
And we are back.
Yeah, you got 3 going on the screen there.
I gotta remember how to get rid of it.
So, hey, Clay, to tell everybody, thank you, Man Down Sporting Goods. Got back on board with us for another quarter. Appreciate that. And we do have a new sponsor on board, don't we, Clayton?
Brand new sponsor, Horton Laser Crafts. And they're the guys that they made those coasters. I don't know if you had one of them there sitting there. When they made those. He's now doing the patches that are on our caps. So we're going to have some brand new caps. Those mugs that we had, I mean, they did a fantastic job.
There we go. That's nice and clear. Look at that.
So these right here. So I've had a lot of requests for these. So here's what we're going to do with these, because these are kind of, they're nice looking. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But they're kind of spendy, even our cost on them. So we're not making much on them.
Even for some cashed up guys like Guns in the 701?
Even for us. But I can tell you, they're going to be $30 a piece. I'm going to get it set up on the actual website. But we're going to pre-order them. So we have to get 12 sales before we can place an order. That's where we get the break. And trust me, guys, we're essentially going to cover the shipping to them if we got to ship them to you. It's they're kind of spendy because they've got that gold, what they call gold rose under. But I think they look pretty good. So we're giving you a hell of a deal on these. We're not making much, but you're going to get basically what we paid for them. So let me know. But wait, I won't be back until this weekend. So I'll get them up on the website next week, and we'll go from there. I'll probably try to announce it on Wednesday. Maybe we'll show you how to get on there and make a pre-order.
Gets a 5-star endorsement from Dakota Mornings.
There you go. There you go.
Hey, Clay, one more thing. Sounds like maybe Anvil Brand LLC. Sounds like the gang might be coming out to do the Brain Bucket Challenge on the 1st.
That's what I hear, and I'm glad to hear that. Another one of our headline sponsors, so we appreciate that. Of course, LAUER Auto Repair Acts, and I'm sure Lynette's going to be around. So Lynette,
oh yeah,
meet this one, but I promise you, no repeat of 2A Day from a couple of years ago.
Keep the pizza on the down. We're eating beef this time, Clay. So
well, there we go. That won't be so bad.
Lynette likes the lighter colors. We do got the green. Well, it's not light either. It's kind of an earth tone. We got the OD green water. There you go. Clay's got. Reach back there, Clayton.
No.
Shit! I don't even have one of those.
This is another guy that's going to come on with us. And hey, I just talked to him. I'll when I know the details.
Rainer, Minnesota.
If you're interested in steel targets, AR-500 steel, they're kind of expensive to ship. But I think what we're going to do is we're going to come up with some that you can order from him. And when he comes out in May to do some prairie dog shooting like he does every year, we'll just put together an order and he'll bring them out. And you can either get them from, I think what we'll do is the ones that go up to the Minnesota or to the Bismarck area, I'll bring up there. And the ones around here, or if we can just pick them up here. We'll figure it out, but that's American Steel Supply, Brainerd, Minnesota, and I believe he's coming on as well as a sponsor, so I'm pretty happy about that.
Speaking of Prairie Dogs, Clay, Salford Sportsman's Club, they are going to have the Prairie Dog tournament again, but it's down to 20 teams instead of like 36. And I think you got you got like 2 weeks to get a hold of them and tell them you're interested in getting their drawing. So,
are you putting in again?
Well, Axe is my captain, so I'm pressuring him. I sent him 2 links already, so.
Yeah, get her done.
Hopefully.
I'll come along and we'll have some fun again.
Yeah, we got better camera now and Mike and
we're way better at this.
yeah.
So, yeah.
All right, Clay, let's get into some hunting.
Well, tell you what, let's
legislation.
hit the big one first. That we were talking about, and that's House Bill 1260. So let me bring this up for everybody. That way you don't have to worry about it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And I'll enlarge it. So here, I'm going to turn the chat overlay off just so that everybody can see it. So it's a pretty simple bill, actually. House Bill 1260. It's built to act and amend and subsection 10. I'm not going to go on all this as century code. So what they're doing in here is it says 15%. I'll read you what the bill or what the law, that's been on the book. 15% of the total mule deer licenses and permits to hunt mule deer made available in the immediate preceding year for the regular gun season must be made available to non-residents to hunt any deer with a bow and arrow. So,
horseshit.
That pisses me off that I found out that's the law. That's what it is now.
Yeah, you told me a little bit ago that was a freaking law.
Yeah, and what they're changing it to is they struck immediately preceding and added current years. So rather than taking, say they let, and I'm just going to throw a number out, 1,000 deer tags last year in the gun season. 15% of them, which would have been 150, right? Doing math, right? Would have had to go then this year to the archery hunters, which is bullshit to begin with. Now they're going to have to take it off of the counts from what they issue. So when they do their counts, they do them kind of in the late summer.
They might have done it already.
Okay. When they do their counts for the next year's season, and then they set those tag numbers, now it'll be 15% of them. Again, though, the problem with this whole part, this whole section 1, subsection 10 of 20.1-03-11 needs to be eliminated at all. Why are we giving 15% of our mule deer gun season tags to non-resident archery hunters? Not just non-resident deer hunters in the rifle season. No, they allocated them to the archery season and then took them from the gun season. Are you kidding me?
Oh. Yeah. Why should I, as a rifle hunter, have to take a gouge to help these out of state? It pissed me off enough I had to do it just for bow hunters, period. Why does a rifle hunter have to take it in the ass here, Clay? This is bullshit.
I do not know.
Hey, way to keep driving wedges in between the freaking different hunters. I read that and it really pissed me off, Clay.
I couldn't believe it when I read it, and I was like, "What are they doing?" No, this wasn't even new.
We're bow hunters.
I didn't go look when this passed, so if someone knows, let me know. It's probably been that way longer than we know. It's just they're amending it, so it brought it to the forefront now. It's like, are you kidding? I mean, seriously?
Well, it's not enough that we can hunt for 6 months and we hunt in velvet and we can hunt everywhere in the state, but we need to gouge into the rifle tags more because we're special.
Yeah, and it sounds like it's always been 15%, which is full anyway. But here are the people that have introduced this and have supported it. Representative Hager, D. Anderson, Hawk, that's your District 36, Koppelman, that's Ben, and I'm going to call Ben and ask him about.
What is he thinking here?
I don't know. I know Ben pretty good, so I'm going to ask him. Jay Olson.
Probably a real hunter.
D. Ruby. Senators Boehm. So, guys, I mean, get a hold of Keith. He needs to hear from you. Eberly, Marcellus, Thomas, and Weber. These are the sponsors of the bill. And if you need to call them and let them know. I mean, they already had some. Let me look for sure on this. I'll tell you what, there are so many bills going on here. It's hard to.
Yeah, it's ridiculous this year. But I'm just basically, Clay. I'm tired of the rifle hunter having to take it in the rear end just for the freaking for the DEI freaking bow hunters. We're bow hunter. You guys are like DEI. You're like Oh, you're a dick, JD. I bow hunt too, but I'm sick of you guys getting your ass kissed for everything. It's freaking ridiculous. I'm sick of this shit. I'm supposed to not get a freaking rifle tag because special bow hunters or real hunters want a goddamn tag.
So
to hunt everywhere and anywhere.
I'm gonna let you in on something here. So
Okay.
Friday, January 24th, 9 a.m. Central. It's going to be heard in the House Energy and Natural Resources. That's the Coteau and A and B. If you don't know where that's at, that's a pretty big room there. If you come in the main entrance, I believe you go to the left. It's on that level. It ain't like you go upstairs. I imagine they're doing it there. I think that's where it's at. But get in there if you can be there in person and give your voice on it. If you can't, submit testimony. So I'm going to go over here to this right here. This is where you can submit testimony. I'm going to click on it. And this allows you to put testimony, and you put your first name, you enter in your last, all this stuff, and then you can submit your testimony. It's pretty, you put testimony provided in support or in opposition, the format, written or oral, in person. And they do accept, and you take your file, so print it up. If I was you, I would print it up and turn it into a PDF. That's the easiest way to upload this. And send it to them. It's that easy. And I'm going to do a bunch here tonight because I'm taking off really early in the morning. And to go ice fishing with some friends. And Eric is one of them. That's probably why Eric isn't on tonight. Probably still.
Yeah, he says it was his daughter's birthday too.
That's right. It is. So, anyway, get to here. I'm going to go back to a couple of these. Corey
get
says,
these.
He's interested in the shoot. He goes, "What's the detail? Why don't you give him all them details, Dean?"
Yeah, Corey. So going to be at Axe's place and starting at show up at 11. Shoot's going to start about 11:30. Going to start out at Central Time. Yep, Central Time. And I'm going to start out 125 yards. You're going to have two shooting positions to choose from. Axe has the old Dodge there. You're either going to sit in the cab and hang the gun over the mirror, or you're going to go over the hood because, right, everybody, when they get a doe tag, you always hear guys, "I'm going to do some head hunting, boys. I got a doe tag. I'm going to shoot it right in the head." So that's how we're calling it the brain bucket. We got a Firebird target, 2 3/4 inch. You got it. If you don't hit it, you'll know because it ain't going to blow up. And whoever hits it at 125, we're going to move it out to 200, and we'll just keep going until one guy hits it, and then or gal, and then somebody else does it, and they win the kitty, which you get a free barrel threading there from Bloodline Kinetics, worth probably $150. And of course, we're all throwing $10 in the kitty for cash, and get yourself some gas money and drive yourself back home then, or diesel, whatever you drive there, Corey.
I will say diesel came down a little bit here. I just filled the tank, so I mean,
thanks, Trump.
I actually waited till after the inauguration, and I'm not kidding you, it dropped quite a bit from when I priced at the beginning of the.
Doug said Corey can show up earlier. I'm assuming that's to get some aiming juice going.
Probably. Remember, we all went on that trip here about February, I guess, of this past year down to Florida, and had a great time. So yeah, I'm planning to attend, and I don't see anything barring me from coming. So
no restriction on caliber. Bring whatever you want. Like I said on my live stream there on the 16th, I said, if you show up with some target rifle and act like that's your deer gun, I'm going to give you some shit because I'm not going to believe it. But go ahead and do it. I don't give a shit. Bring it if you want. So whatever you want. Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. It'll be fun. It should be fun. Keep your fingers crossed for the weather. We have some half-assed decent weather. I'm looking. It's always a good time doing this. So. And we should get some pretty good views on it on social media when we do it. So
Corey, you can definitely ride along with me. I don't know. I might take the old. I'm gonna take the old cattle buyer rig. I think I'm gonna bring the Tahoe up. So. Oh, he's
1020. Good luck at 200 if you hit it at 125. I would definitely not recommend a 22, but if somebody wants to give it a go,
hey, he's a sharpshooter in the night in Florida.
You can pedal back up there, hit some of them comments about the bill that I see in Clay.
Yeah. Oh, let's go here. So Dan Brown says, I'm sure the hospitality industry is pushing. You're probably right, Dan. I didn't go look at any of the things. I don't know if there's any. I can look here, see if there's any testimony that's been submitted yet or not. I don't know if they would display it yet either, since the hearing isn't till tomorrow or till Friday. Josh says all of the out-of-state tags should be done away with until the population comes back.
Yeah,
probably a good idea, Josh. The Game and Fish is supposed to manage a deer herd for a sustainable, I hate that word sometimes, population, but also for for the betterment of the public, right? And to me, hunting is part of the betterment of the public. We are guaranteed that in our constitution of the state. Our state constitution guarantees the right to hunt and fish. Unfortunately, that doesn't put parameters on game and fish. It's what they can charge or the hoops they need to run through. And that's a whole other thing coming up. The stupid habitat stamp. I knew it was finally going to come in North Dakota. All these other states do it. Just another way to suck some more money. I think theirs is $10, but we'll bring that up here a little bit later. But anyway, I do believe that, you know what? If the tags are that low, and that's going to lead to what we're going to talk about with that antelope tag as well. So,
I'm going to get hold of Cleary on that too. And
Doug says, I don't even own enough land to get a gratis tag. Yeah, it's got to be, 150 acres. They didn't make it a full quarter. They went with 150 acres.
Yeah, because Doug said cut the bow tags and have more gratis tags.
Yeah, I see that one.
And then he said, then he followed up with, I don't even own enough land to get a gratis tag. So
yeah, so it ain't because of that, right?
I don't own 1 acre, and I agree with that.
Corey says, yeah, Eric's still packing. We talked about that. Yeah, the 1022. Yeah, he says, Doug says, I'll take whatever advantage I can get. Let him bring the 1022. There.
Hey, but if Sunday looks good, we haven't done a video in a while. Real quick, I'll sneak this in there. I'm heading out to Axes. And we're going to come up with a few things there and do some videos so before we get to, but yeah.
And
anyway.
I want to say hello to everyone on Rumble. There ain't that many tonight. You know, I noticed that. It got nice out, so nobody's listening in.
I don't know if it's that nice. It's shitty here, to be honest. I see the wind was blowing. It got cold again. And
not too bad here, actually. So.
They probably knew I was going to rag on bow hunters. They didn't like that.
Can't take the heat, huh?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I'll say it one more time and I'll get off it, Clay. I'm so sick and freaking tired of bow hunters. Like I said, they're like DEI hunters. You gotta just force their shit into everything. You know, we're special because we use a freaking bow.
Well, and I don't understand why it's the third rail. It really is in the hunting discussions that take place in the legislature. And we'll just wait. If you see some of the other things that are coming up, I mean, it's all based in this too. And,
let's get to them.
Well, it's like, let me go find them here. I've got them all brought up here. That's 12. So I'm gonna erase them as we do this, okay?
What are we hitting now? That land one? You said that you read it and it kind of switched you over now about driving on your land?
Is this the one? No. Let's go to this one. I got this one next in line. This is House Bill 1470. Okay.
Okay.
So I'll share it with everybody so that you kind of see it.
Yeah, I read this comment. Axe said real. He said, "Why did gun hunters tags get cut for the sake of bow hunters?" Well, that's what I said. Axe, they're like freaking DEI hunters, bunch of real hunters, but you guys want your freaking ass powdered all the time, and we should get put to the front of the line because we're bow hunters.
Yeah, well, I mean, they do. They always take them from that. So
I'm never listening to your show again. You're an asshole. Whatever.
Yeah, for everyone that quits, we'll gain 2. So that's okay.
All right, Clay, go ahead.
House Bill number 1470. This already amends Section 20.1-03-12. If you guys don't know that one, I know it because that's where all your game and fish hunting laws and things, and that's pretty much where they reside in the Century Code. So remember 20.1-03-12 because that's where most of these are located. This one is going to change the fees for license and permits. So if you want, go look up the actual bill, 1470, and then you'll see where they've made the changes. I don't want to waste a bunch of time reading all the sections. But I will tell you this. So for a resident age 16 and over, a small game hunting license will go from $10. They've struck 10 and put 20 there. Now, here's my position on this. Most of these are actually for non-residents. Okay, everybody's probably like, "Yay!" Right? Well, my biggest issue with this is they have told us nothing as to why they need this money. The Game and Fish's budget is in the black, big time. They're not in need of money, and the Pittman's and Robinson money that comes in there. Pittman Robinson is the tax collector. If you guys don't know, we've been over this before. That comes in on it's an excise tax on every sale of gun, ammunition, fishing, you name it. If it has to do with the outdoors, there's a tax being collected on it. I can tell you that the biggest share of that is from firearms. It is by far the biggest share.
Easily.
Oh, I know it is. I mean, I did a whole thing on that here about a year ago when we were doing this. So if you want to say, well, I'm an archer, no. I'm a fisher, no. I'm telling you right now.
Oh, now Clay doesn't like archers either, huh?
Well, put it this way, I kind of think it ought to be broke down by percentages, and being firearms is the biggest percentage
Absolutely.
that contributes to that. Maybe those monies should go to only firearm activities, that being ranges, hunting seasons with fire. They support it, they should get the benefit. But no. Everybody gets to share in it like a kumbaya moment. Anyway, so non-resident small game hunting licenses, they're going from 100 to 120. Then we go down there to the next one. So a non-resident who participates on the same basis as a resident in a lottery for deer licenses remaining after the second lottery for residents. So a non-resident big hunting license in that instance will go from 250 to 350. A non-resident bow license will go from 250 to 350. Whoa, wait a second. They're the same for license, whether it's a bow or a rifle? But I thought rifle made it so much easier. Shouldn't they pay more?
Yeah, we got to complain. Maybe North Dakota bow hunters can piss and moan and get that down to $50.
Yeah. Here's some of the ones that kind of torque me off because I do this once in a while. This is basically for trapping. A resident fur bearing license is going from 15 to 20. I realize that's only $5, but again, why? Why? I want to know. Does it cost $5 more to have it? I mean, they're not telling anybody. A resident fishing license is going to go from $16 to $25. So, $11 increase.
I mean, that's a big increase.
Because it's about $9. Okay, but still, it's beside the point. Why? Why is that going up to fish?
I don't even fish anymore. I think that's complete bullshit.
Then they've got the veterans total disability ratio, which is 50%. That license fee is going from 5 to 10. Why are we raising that? I mean, I want to know why on earth all these are going up. Then you go down to non-resident fishing license. 45 is going to 60. That's a $15 increase.
Yeah, I'd say go to 120.
Yeah, it's going from 22 to 40 for the husband wife. Then you got the non-resident.
How much for a husband and wife?
$40. It's going from $22 to $40.
Damn near double, huh?
Yeah, almost.
Hey, way to keep them women involved in outdoor activities.
I know, it's just. And then you got the resident wild turkey permits going from 15 to 20. They don't say why. And I can tell you right now, the turkeys, everyone, there's no turkeys in my area. Well, you probably don't have the right habitat. Turkeys are very much about habitat. I have turkeys here, and because now we have things around here that I've done that they came and they stayed, right? I go by the river, they're up there. I can tell you where the turkeys are going to be, and they're not going to be on everybody's land.
Well, like Daryl said on the show, he said there's so many turkeys and geese, you might as well give them double of what their turkey tag. He said give them freaking 2 or 3 for what they pay for one. There's many of them damn things. Turkeys wreck a lot of shit too.
I mean, in areas there are. I keep mine limited. Mine are about 20 or less, and that's on purpose. So, resident wild turkey permit, like I said, 15 to 20. You keep scrolling down through here. And you've got the non-resident waterfowl hunting license, 100 to 125. You've got the husband-wife fishing license again for non-resident. Remember, that was resident from $60 to $100. $40 in $100 for non-fishing or for non-resident husband-wife.
I'm laughing at a comment. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's fine. Non-resident short-term 3-day going from 25 to 40. Non-resident fur bearer and non-game, 40 to 50. But here's one that really pisses me off. This is for us. This is for everybody. Because I get this one. Because I hunt and I fish and I do a combination license going from $50 to $60. What the hell? Why?
Yeah, and they just raised that to 50. I swear, like 4 years ago they raised it. Yeah.
It started out at like 20, $25, something like that, and then it went to 30. And they just incrementally they keep raising. I want to know why. Because that is the richest agency in the state of North Dakota. It truly is. Non-resident swan license from 30 to 50, so up $20. Resident sand hill licenses, they're going to remain at $10. Oh, we got another one here. Non-resident short-term 10-day fishing license goes from 35 to 50. A resident certificate fee, this is what I keep telling you, from $1 to $5. So now, for the privilege, I guess, of our right to hunt and fish in North Dakota, Game and Fish now wants to charge you for a piece of freaking paper.
Go ahead and say what you want.
From $1 now to $5 per deal. So like me and my sons now, when we get our other licenses, it's going to be $5 out the bat. So add another $5 on every license as far as that goes. The tags you're applying.
Yeah. Doesn't seem like much, right? But when you got how many hundred thousands of people getting it,
non-resident wild turkey is going from 80 to 100. Statewide, they struck that non-resident waterfowl.
There's some good comments. We'll get to them here. I'm reading them on a second.
So anyway, I kind of walked you through all of them. A lot of them are non-resident stuff, but a lot of them, honestly, are not. They're just not.
In the words of Eddie Murphy, why?
Yeah, no kidding. I'm telling you, it just never ends. It just never ends with these people. And
yeah. It's not. It's getting. Let's go back here, Clay.
Go ahead and run through some of these while you're doing that.
So Eric said, anyways, he's stopping in to say hi, fellas. Back to the birthday party, cake and ice cream. Way to go, Eric. Thanks, buddy. Whoa, I jumped it way up here. What did Dougie says? What does it cost? What does it cost the state for you to trap? What was that one, Clay? I don't know if I saw that one. Was it? Okay.
20. That's a fur bear one.
Josh says, would be nice to hear why the Game and Fish wants to increase these prices. $25 for a resident fishing license is outrageous. Yeah, that's like Minnesota freaking prices. Corey Merriman says, fucking turkeys. I agree. Shoot them all.
Corey has a big turkey problem down there. He truly does. They're down there by Shade Hill Reservoir in the Grand River. I mean, he's inundated with them. And
that's what I was laughing at that one. And then this one, Dougie says, well, I'll cut my fishing license because all I do is drive the boat, grab the fish off her hook, and grab a beer.
There you go. Yeah, Corey, I heard that, Corey. And I think this is where some of this comes. Just got my new South Dakota license. I'm sure that's the combo up to $74 in South Dakota. I remember when I bought my first combination license, it was like $15, and then it went to 20, and they just kept raising it. Thing is, the South Dakota guys, they've got the same issues we do. I was just talking to John over at Little Angry Man Arms, and I mean, they got the same issues going on there, except they have to deal with a commission.
It looks like he's got big arms, though.
What's that?
John, he looks like he's got big arms. I watched some of his videos.
Big arms, yeah, no kidding. Josh says, plus their bullshit $1 for the certificate. Now, if they pass this, it's going to go to $5, which you don't get anymore when you buy the license because it's electronic. Not just that. When I bought, usually I didn't do the North Dakota one, but I've done the South Dakota one. South Dakota charges me an agent fee of $5 for non-resident fishing line. I was like, you didn't do anything. That used to actually go to the agent when you get them, in person at different places. Josh says $5 is BS for two. So Dan says before dissing all the fee increases, it would be informed to know when the last fee. I don't care. The last time they were increased has nothing to do with raising them now. It just doesn't. They have buckets of money. I'm telling you, when you look at their budget, it is completely in the black, and they've always got plenty of money on hand to do whatever they want. And to raise them just because I always hear, well, we haven't raised them for 10 years. Good. It means maybe you're doing something right. Or you know what? Let's not pay somebody $100,000 or $70,000 for some insignificant job. I've looked at their budget. I'm the Doge of North Dakota. I'm telling you right now. Dan says $2.10 per month to fish. Really outrageous. I think, so I know I'm going to probably get hate mail on this. I don't believe there should be fees, period. We have a right to hunt and fish. I don't believe in the fees. They say, it's to pay the game warden. Well, you know what I think of game wardens. We already have duly elected sheriffs. So if we have a problem with a violation of our state laws, let's have our sheriffs enforce that instead. Let's do a dual purpose. They're already getting their salary. There's no reason they can't do it. And let's eliminate game wardens. And I know that's going to piss some people off, but I love cutting budgets.
Eric Glauser said, Happy Whiskey Wednesday. Happy Beer Wednesday, Eric. I'm drinking Coors Light. Thanks for coming and getting on the show here, buddy. Appreciate you.
I got a touch of Alabama, boys.
Hey, Dan, I will see if they got a good reason for raising them up. I mean, I'm open to that. I am bitching about it right now, but let me hear why. I want to hear why. Like Clay said,
and they haven't done anything. I actually called up there. It's crickets, man. No one can seem to tell me why they need the increases. They just haven't. Like I asked, I think it was Jeb's Minion. I asked him, "Are you guys running a deficit? Or do you have a budget deficit?" Well, no. I said, "Then why the increase?" I guess I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
That was the answer I got. That's not good enough. If you're going to raise things, that's not good enough.
Big R says, when I was on the left coast for a few years, I came back for Thanksgiving and shot $100 pheasant as a non-resident. It was the most expensive jalapeno popper ever. And yes, we only got one out of that mess. That sucks. Corey says, you got to do your license online. And if you go through the South Dakota and they collect an agent fee, we do all the work and the website sucks.
Boy, yeah, I know that. Getting there, Corey. I was just on there to get my non-resident fishing license and then you guys got a $25 habitat fee no matter what. I was like, what? $25 I had to pay in addition to my expensive license. So it was $109 when I was all done for a non-resident fishing license.
Why don't we hit the big ad here, Clay, and come back? And we got a couple of these game and fish ones left for sure, don't we?
Well, I think being we were talking about all this, I think I want to talk about the habitat one that North Dakota. I'll have to find that one, but we got so many. I mean, it's insane what they're trying to do out there. But yeah, let's go ahead. Let's go with the big ad, and when we come back, we'll hit the other side of this. So, by the way, I think I'm going to play Horton first because they're brand new. Perfect. We're going to play theirs first, and then we'll come in with the number 5.
Awesome.
The other 5. Here we go, guys.
At Horton Laser Craft, we believe in the power of personalization. Whether it's a cherished memory, a special occasion, or a unique gift, our custom laser engraving brings your vision to life. Our expert craftsmen and state-of-the-art technology ensure every piece is a work of art. From personalized decor to one-of-a-kind keepsakes, Horton Lasercraft makes every moment unforgettable. Visit HortonLasercraft.com today and start crafting your perfect gift. For more info, email them at HortonLasercraft@yahoo.com or call them up at 605-545-7535. Horton Lasercraft, where memories are engraved. Lauer Auto Repair, located at 309 South Washington Street. North Dakota.
Give them a call at 701-258-6308.
The team of mechanics at Lauer Auto can take care of any problem your vehicle is having. And when you do business with Lauer, you can be assured you're doing business with a pro Second Amendment America First repair shop. There are plenty of other auto repair shops in the Bismarck-Mandan area. But why take a chance at patronizing a shop that might not have your beliefs at heart? Make no mistake. Lauer Auto is your pro Second Amendment repair shop. When you talk to the guys at Lauer Auto, don't forget to tell them that you heard they are a sponsor of Guns and the 701 and that you appreciate their support of our pro Second Amendment, pro North Dakota live stream and podcast. That's Lauer Auto Repair, 701-258-6308.
701-258-6308.
Located 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Experience the exhilaration of power in your hands at Bloodline Kinetics. Why Cerakote? Simply, it aids in firearm preservation while also giving your piece a unique look. Barrel threading, NFA laser engraving, bolt handle threading, mount, level, and bore, sight scope chamber, rebarreling, and much more. Bloodline Kinetics is meant to reflect a long American lineage in gun ownership, who stand for the Second Amendment rights, Bloodline, and the science behind gun accuracy. Kinetics. To some, it's just a constitutional right that can go away. To us, it's in our American bloodline, and we believe it should stay that way. Here at Bloodline Kinetics, we understand that hunters, sportsmen, women, and gun owners should have a quality firearm. Stop and see us at 2008 Morrison Avenue 2 in Bismarck, North Dakota, 58504, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call 701-390-7997. Visit our website, bloodlinekinetics.com.
Ever tried catching a fish with your bare hands or hunting a deer with a stick? Don't be that guy. At Mandan Sporting Goods, we've got all the hunting and camping gear you need. We're your one-stop shop for outdoor adventure.
A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed.
Check us out at mandansportinggoods.com, or better yet, stop in to 210 East Main Street, Mandan, North Dakota. Mandan Sporting Goods, where the outdoors meets functionality. Store hours, Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Closed Sunday. Take up arms at Mandan Sporting Goods. Your adventure starts here.
Looking for the best gun gear for every and any situation? Little Angry Man Arms LLC has you covered. Top-notch guns from top-name brands like Winchester, Glock, Sig Sauer, and Ruger, to essential extras from Magpul, Streamlight, Hollow, Sun Optics, and more. Little Angry Man Arms LLC have everything to make your shooting adventures a success. Visit littleangrymanarms.com today and gear up for your next big hunt, competition, or home defense. Don't miss out on our exclusive deals. Little Angry Man Arms LLC, based in Trail City, South Dakota, your ultimate hunting partner.
Anvil Brand LLC, raising and training tomorrow's barrel horses right out of Bismarck, North Dakota. Tracy and her family are great American patriots who not only support the Second Amendment, but they also promoted what you're looking for: top quality barrel horses. Go ahead and give Tracy a call at 701-471-6629 and tell them Guns and 701.com sent you. That's Anvil Brand LLC out of Bismarck, North Dakota.
Like Michael, the flow like Aubrey. Walk around thinking I'm a prince like Saudi. Mismatched Converse, t-shirts tucked in. Know my worth, can't tell me nothing. White Nikes, albino, can cop my stilo. Head to the top, bottom line is
All right, we are back. If I can figure out how to run my machine. I've got this other format I'm using. Hey, Dan, you're right. It says it's difficult to have a meaningful conversation in this format. You're absolutely right, because it's just, it essentially we're just doing it, through messaging. And I wish that, we've worked on doing the call thing here, and I kind of got it to work, but I don't think we're ready to invest in the kind of equipment that it takes yet, so we don't do it. And Dan, I know you're fair, so I hope that didn't come off wrong, but I can tell you right now, I am sick and tired of being taxed to death on my property, taxed to death when I buy things, taxed to death, taxed to death, taxed to death. And as far as I'm concerned, that's what fees are. They're taxes. And then when you start adding things on, we're going to talk about that one next. That's this new habitat fund. So go ahead. I'll give you a word here, Jamie, and we'll go on to this.
No, I'm just get it up there. I'm ready to keep moving on here.
All right. Let me bring it up again. I just had it. All righty. Senate Bill 2216. I'll see if I can share it. And 2216 is, again, another fee. That's just plain and simple. That's what it is. I'm just going to put it up there for everybody.
Yep.
And go to look it up. Senate Bill 2216. And you can find that at ndlegis.gov. That's legislature. But ndlegis.gov. Go to the Assembly, the 69th. And then the 2025, you'll be able to start searching bills there. So here's what this one does. Of course, it's brought by Senator Cleary, and of course Representative Bosch, and of course Porter. And Porter, that guy, I wish You know what? Thank God for term limits. He'll eventually not be there because Porter's an idiot. I can't stand that man. Yeah.
Never met the guy.
He knows exactly who I am. Anyway, so it's the Waterfowl Habitat Improvement Fund. Oh, doesn't that sound beautiful? I don't know about you, Jamie. I've been up in the flyways. I've hunted in the flyways in North Dakota. I don't see any freaking problem with waterfowl in this state. I don't know about you, but when I go up into them flyways with my buddies, holy crap. I didn't know there was a shortage or any problems. But
yeah, I don't waterfowl hunt, and I have friends who are hardcore into it, and there's no shortage. Well, I don't understand why they would need any more habitat. I mean, as far as geese go, I mean, I think landowners and geese hunters themselves would probably say, yeah, we could probably shoot like 1,000 more each, and it wouldn't make a dent in them.
I mean, even I get them down here, and this is not exactly waterfowl.
Yeah, we got them at our place even though it's weird.
I mean, they land in the fields up here to the northeast on our piece. And, of course, they're right in those creeks and them dams. I mean, my little dugout out here, especially during the spring and the fall, is full of ducks and geese. I mean, you could go out there and just kind of aim in the area and probably drop 10 if you're using the right shot.
Yeah, I don't see the meaning of this. I mean, and if I do get to talk to Sean about that antelope, Bill, I'd like to ask him about this too, because I don't.
Yeah. So what it is it's a new one. There is created in the state treasury a special fund known as the Waterfowl Habitat Improvement Fund. It consists of transfers and deposits made in accordance with this act and interest earned on the monies in the fund. The monies in the fund may be spent subject to legislative appropriations for the improving and or restoring of waterfowl habitat and supporting youth hunting programs. Okay, so it's been there. Here's the new section. The Waterfowl Habitat Restoration Stamp, required use of revenue. Waterfowl Habitat Restoration Stamp is required for every resident small game license.
What? Required?
Will be required now. For which a
I don't even hunt the damn things.
Yeah, you're going to love this. For which a stamp fee of $10 must be charged. The Waterfowl Habitat Restoration Stamp fee is in addition to the annual small game license fee already charged under section, again, 20.1-03-12. All monies generated by the Waterfowl Habitat Restoration Stamp fees must be placed in the Waterfowl Habitat Improvement Fund. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen.
Christ.
It wasn't good enough that when you're buying your duck stamp, and you're buying your other things to hunt waterfowl, that you have to pay these special fees. Now they want you to pay it on your small game license, whether you just hunt pheasants, whether you're just hunting, grouse, partridge, any small game, they want you to pay an additional $10. Remember, we just talked about how they want to raise it.
Because you have to buy a small game fee to get a freaking license to hunt anything else.
It'd be automatic. Yep.
So Eric Glauser, great comment here. He says, why is this, quote, habitat bill only for waterfowl? Yeah, deer are the ones who are missing out on the habitat and pheasants more than freaking waterfowl.
Well, so they want to raise the small game license, right? They want to now charge you $1. From $1 go to $5, another $4, and now $10. We're already almost up to we're over $20 with all the increases on top of what we used to pay. Unbelievable.
So yeah, and Dougie says it's not their money. That's why they want to spend it. Yeah, and Eric says I might be on board for a habitat fee on a 5-year trial run to see if it's used correctly for all hunting. Yeah, I'd even be on board with that, Eric. But they're just talking for freaking waterfowl. There's no freaking way I'm on board with that.
No, and it is. It's specifically that bill is specifically for waterfowl. That's the problem I have with it. What the hell?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so. Talk to Senator Cleary, Representative Bosch, and dumbass Porter. I can't stand Porter. That commie bastard.
I mean, tree rows are being ripped out, understandably, by landowners for their crops. But I mean, the habitat's going away for deer more than anything else.
Well, I'm putting in a bunch of trees this year, and I know you're putting in some more.
Yeah, we have been putting in, and we are putting more in.
I mean, I'm doing all kinds of things here with no government money. I don't want their money. I don't need their money. I don't want their involvement. So I'm doing it on my own. And I'm doing this because guess what? I run cattle. I love my cattle herd. I've got it to where I want it right now. And I love to hunt, right? You know how much I like to hunt.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So I'm going to create habitat right here. And I've got a pretty good area to create this in. I should have a hunting paradise here in 5 years. I mean, it's pretty good now, but it's going to be better.
Yeah,
And,
I mean, my neighbors planted like 40,000 trees in the last. Not my neighbor, my dad's. I mean,
yeah, I say
my neighbor. Yeah. And Dougie says I'm going to quit buying licenses, and they'll never repeal it. I mean, I'd quit buying them too, Axe, if I didn't love hunting so much. So I mean, I'm not gonna. I always like Clay. They're upping the sportsman's license or whatever you call it, right? I always paid the whole thing. I don't fish, but I did it anyways because I was helping them out. I'm not going to do that shit anymore. Now I'm going to pick what I want on the son of a bitch. If you're going to hook me $10 more for something, I'm not doing it no more.
Well, it's just like when they raise vehicle fees, licensing and registration fees. South Dakota put in a wheel tax up to $5, which guess what? Every county went to $5 for every wheel. Well, you know what that resulted in? And they just couldn't understand it. Guess what? A lot of people didn't license every vehicle they had. They're like, oh, these are the 2 hour drive on the road. I'm not licensing the rest. And that's what they did. Josh, yeah, probably the Ducks Unlimited or Delta Waterfall pushing it. They probably figure us giving them money will make it rain and fill up the I like that one.
I'm laughing, but he's probably true. He's probably telling the truth.
I did click to see if any testimony had been submitted yet. It has not. And I suppose that's because it hasn't had a hearing yet. I would love it if they'd open that up right away when the bill's there. Whether it has a hearing time assigned yet, let the people start putting their written testimony. And I don't see what the problem with that is. But
I mean, I'm gonna leave Sean a message tomorrow because I get along with him fairly well, and I'm sure he'll call me back, and I'll let you guys know what he tells me. But Axe says my boat hasn't gotten wet in 2 years. I bought a fishing license every effing year. Yeah, that's what I mean. I haven't fished in freaking years, but I do it anyways because I have friends who fish, and I'm like, you know what? I'll throw in a little extra money and help out the fish community because most guys that I know fish, own guns, and hunt as well. But yeah, if they're gonna freaking stick me with more shit that I don't even do, I'm not doing it.
Let's talk about the boats just quickly. That was last session. We have to have an aquatic nuisance license on it now. It's like, really? I mean, that's just another way, and there's no way that what they're doing don't work. The states that they've been doing this in for years, it's not working because that isn't the problem. It never.
Yeah, it's not stopping in Minnesota. My aunt and uncle live there, and they're huge fisher men and women, and it ain't stopping it.
I first saw this happening in Wyoming after Minnesota, then South Dakota did, and right now I think it is in South Dakota. I think North Dakota the same way that if it's an out-of-state boat, then you have to pay it. It's like, really? So
okay, I'm on board with it.
If I'm in state and I go everywhere in the state, which we supposedly have it in some of these, then I'm okay. Oh, gotcha. I mean, I'm telling you, and when you live on the border like I do, it's a real nuisance. It really is. So, but anyway, the bill that we're talking about, 2260.
Got a lot of illegal South Dakotans coming in there then?
Maybe.
Kid, go ahead,
restoration staff, 2216. So get a hold of Senator Cleary, Representatives Bosch and Porter, and let them know what you feel, and then talk to your own. I've already talked to Dawson on this. I haven't talked to Karen yet, but I want to know on this if it comes out of the Senate. And I don't know what Shively thinks because he only does what he wants to do. He don't really give a crap what anybody else wants. So he's my District 31 senator.
Sir Shively.
Yeah, we saw him. Remember, he didn't.
Yeah, he didn't look at you.
No, I told you.
I mean, not that I blame him. I guess you don't really say too many things. Just kind of. Anyways,
But everything I've said right to his face. So.
Yeah. All right, let's go. Let's hit the next one here, Clay.
Yeah. Okay. So let's see. I'm gonna bring.
Guess what, man? The bitching ain't gonna stop here from this guy in this next one. I'm pretty sure.
Which one do you want to do? You want the motor vehicle driving one?
Oh yeah, this one. Yeah, Clay actually see Clay's closed minded. He actually read it and goes, "That kind of changed my mind." Let's see if it changes mine, Clay.
I did, and there's a reason after I read.
Sometimes my mind's so wide open, my brain falls out, Clay.
Yeah, you know that. So, this one here is House Bill 1598. It was introduced by Representative Schreiber, Beck, D. Anderson, Haggart, Nelson, and Wagner. And this is going to change basically motor-driven vehicle use in transporting big game and then hunting big game or small game. What they did was they go, except as provided by, and I'm not going to read the subsections, or otherwise provided by in the other section, rather than a person, they changed it to an individual. So they went DEI on us. Oh no, we can't have a person. We're saying individual. They did a lot of that crap in here. Then the other one is that then they struck a person in subsection 2 and says an individual other than the landowner may not use a motor vehicle on any land other than an established road or trail to hunt upland game during the deer gun season. Remember, that's been the law, as far as I know, for a long time, and it was always wrong. And I didn't realize
just the landowner though.
No, well, no, they added this. They added an individual other than a landowner. It used to read a person. Here's what it says right now, actually, unless they change it.
Okay.
Right now, the way it stands as law in the state of North Dakota, a person may not use a motor-driven vehicle on any land, other than the established road or trail to hunt upland game birds or upland game during the deer gun season. So
you can hunt deer on it though?
No, it's. I don't think you can even do that. I mean, I think there's a whole different subsection for deer hunting.
Yeah, I know you can't. I just said that because I only heard.
Yeah, but the thing is, what pisses me off on this is so you're telling me as a landowner that because that's what it is, and I didn't realize that that's exactly how it was. I essentially can't drive on my own land wherever the hell I want to go on our land while I'm hunting deer or small game. You know what? They can kiss my ass, and I guess I've ignored it. But this will legalize it now. That's why it says now. They added this: an individual other than the landowner. Now it says may not use a motor, so it means a landowner is exempt. He can do this now, unless the individual.
Yeah, but it's got to be an established trail. It said.
Well, we're not through all this yet.
Okay, sorry, Clay,
unless the unless the individual has written permission from the landowner or the leasee who actively farms and ranches the land. So other people can as well now.
So Leighton and Landon are going to have to get permission from their dad and a written piece of paper to drive on a hunting trail.
Well, you know, I would say that they probably are going to have new leases to a couple quarters of land.
But then they can only do it on that land, not your other stuff.
So then they go down here and they go for allowing normal. They got a whole bunch of other stuff here.
I'm not getting one over here, Clay.
Yep, it says no individual while hunting big game or small game statewide may drive or attempt to drive or run or attempt to molest. I don't know. That's a weird word. Molest or attempt to molest. Yeah, flush or attempt to flush or harass or attempt to harass any such game with the use or aid of a motor.
Like to chase them over to their land from some other.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then and then they changed it to an individual struck a person other than the landowner without the written permission of the landowner. Leasee will have actively farms and ranches the land. You know, the whole thing while hunting big game or small game. So you can on your own land now is what's going to happen. They struck the provisions of this section relating to hunting big game or small game.
Right, you can though.
Yeah. Yep.
Not your boys.
No, well, I don't know. I would consider them owners, but I suppose we could have a big court battle over that.
No, unless they're named. See, that's what I mean. Now, so every year, Clay, my whole life.
But right now, I can't even. So here's
if it's an established trail, you can.
Well, yeah, but I shouldn't even have to.
And to further clarify, established trail because the Game and Fish won't. So I asked this question on Scott Bachmeyer's show, and somebody said there's a difference between established trails and pasture trails if it's private land.
Yeah.
Right. And the closest I could get for an established trail from the game warden is when I used to be on KFYR, and he said, well, if you can look at the trail and see dirt through it, then it's a trail. I said, I can see dirt through the grass. And he said, wow, you know what I mean? I said, no, I don't. That's why I'm asking you. So I don't, I'm trying to follow. Well, you need to do is contact your local game warden. No, I'm not contacting Kyler Johnson to have that guy come over. He's on a power trip anyways all the time.
Well, it's very subjective.
So what I said, Clay, is if I tell you what, I can see it from Google Earth. How does that grab you? And he's like, well, in my opinion, if you can see it from Google Earth, it's a frickin' established trail. He didn't say frick, and I added that in there.
But yeah, no. So this is why I was maybe flipped on this bill. But I'd like to see it amended. And I'm going to talk to maybe Dawson. I'm going to go and talk to my own reps and my own senators on this because I'd like to see this amended so that there's no question that a landowner can drive wherever the hell he wants, because that's how it should be.
Well, it should be amended so if he gives permission isn't it written permission? If he tells anybody in his goddamn family they can drive on the land, why should I have to have written permission from my frickin' dad to drive on his own goddamn land on a frickin' piece of paper?
And not just that, Jamie. To me, this is the big old frickin' middle finger to the Constitution, because we have the right of assumption of innocence. Okay, we have that constitutional right. We are innocent till proven guilty. And by them saying that you have to have written permission rather than me giving permission verbally to somebody, they're basically assuming that person's guilty because they don't have written permission when they really have permission. And yeah,
can I give you my theory when you're done here?
Yeah.
Okay, so my theory on this is they're going to be like, well, I think Game and Fish and probably North Dakota Bowhunters Association, you're cheating when you're driving. So what we're going to do is make them get permission from their family to drive on land that they've been driving on for 40 years, and they're going to think it's a hassle and say to hell with it and walk and do some real hunting, which is bullshit. That's my theory. I think that's a big part of this. They think you're cheating when you're driving out.
I started seeing this on the government allotments around here when they were putting up the signs, and this has been 10, 15 years ago. Wheeled motorized access only to trail, whatever their whole damn thing was. When I asked them about that, when I went to one of the grazing association meetings, they said, well, that's because we want to keep people from driving all over the government pastures, blah, blah, blah. So what you're saying is that as long as there's a trail there, you can drive to it. Yep. And they go, but what if you got a 5-mile drag to your deer, but you literally can drive to it? I said, that's wrong? Yep. I go, why? They couldn't give me a good reason. So I have issues with this, and like I said, I think they might. Like I said, I'm in more support of it than against it at the moment. I'd like to see some amendments in there and tweak it, which is still possible. So I'm going to actually be working on it with my own reps, trying to get them to, make these amendments that I think need to be added to it, because I think it's a bill that could be fixed. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so we'll see. Otherwise, maybe
Eric,
we say no to it. Otherwise, I don't know.
Eric Glauder says, why contact your local game warden there? Shouldn't it be the same rule for all game wardens if they're going to enforce it? Yeah, you guys can come walking your ass out there too if you're trying to give me a freaking ticket.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Well, we're special. We're enforcing them.
Found out she wasn't so special parked on my land.
He says, Jamie, essentially that game warden told you there's different rules in different districts for different game wardens.
That's exactly what they do.
Exactly. They leave it open-ended, Eric, so they can freaking nail your ass for whatever they want if they're freaking pissed off or having a bad day and their wife didn't give them a kiss goodbye.
They want you to go electronic. Well, yeah, I mean, this isn't really about the posting. This is more about driving on your own land.
And I'm not against having game wardens at all. I mean, I've said this before, Clay. I know guys who would freaking smoke every single deer on their land just for the hell of it because they think it's fun. So I'm not against game wardens, but stupid goddamn laws like this and giving game wardens the power of I don't answer to nobody, and if I want to drive on your goddamn land and crawl up your ass I can, I'm 100% against that kind.
That's
and telling you, I tell you what, Danny, your son needs permission to drive on your freaking land, even though he's your freaking blood. That is freaking bullshit. Same goes for my uncles. They don't care if I'm on their land doing that. That's why I had the
solution. You know me. I always have a solution to this, and it's the sheriffs. Because sheriffs are elected. Okay, they answer to people. Game wardens don't answer to nobody. They answer to Jeff. Well, that ain't going to go far. So to me, mix the game wardens. I want them gone, and I want the sheriff's departments. You know what? I'd much rather see an extra sheriff added. Or two. I mean, you'd probably, in all honesty, you'd probably have more checks. In all honesty, which I would hate too. But
well, they would probably say they're overburdened with.
I look at it right now in Sioux County. We have.
But I mean, just hire more sheriffs. I guess.
I think we got a deputy again, and they go around and do what they do. But can you imagine if you hired just one more deputy? That'd be more than game wardens and what's in our whole county. You know what I'm saying? And you assign that deputy to do the game and fish stuff, and to me that'd be one of them deals that it's reactionary like anything else. I mean, think about it. I haven't hardly seen a game warden down in this area. I've been here for over 25 years.
Well, I've seen plenty of them where we're
you
at.
live, it's a little bit different. But down here, we don't, unless we call them. I mean, that's just kind of the way it goes. So think about that. If we had the sheriff's department take over, an elected office that answers to the people, these are North Dakota century codes. These are law to be enforced by law enforcement. Let's get rid of the game wardens who answer to nobody. Nobody. I'll be like Joe Biden. Nobody.
Listen. Yeah, they did. I mean, they essentially
Or
don't.
take the game
it
wardens
sucks, man.
and they answer to the sheriffs in their county. Plain and simple. I'm tired of this because I see so much abuse by game warden. I really do. And like you were just talking, every one of them has their own interpretation of a very vague law, and that's not good either. That's
I call game and fish, man. They wouldn't give me a straight
never
answer on it.
prosecute trespassing ever. Well, I'll just go talk to them, see if we can work it out. No, I want to file a criminal trespass against. I don't even call game warden on that anymore. I call the sheriff and I file criminal trespass, and guess what happens? It gets taken care of. So yeah, all right. So we'll go on to some of these if we got any.
Yeah,
Electric,
Dougie's got
I
a
see what
couple
you're
there.
saying. Electric, go electric. I see. Wait, electric is still motor driven, so you can't use that. We need hovercraft. I was thinking electronic posting.
Yeah, we were
let's get
promised
hovercraft.
hovercrafts, man. Where are they at? You can really sneak up on the
Doug
deer,
says
and then they're all
depends
quiet.
on who you are. He says, I know poaching game is important in this country, but I do believe there are more important things going on in the world. Does going off the trail really mean a fucking thing? You're right, exactly. I mean, seriously, I'm with you on that. So,
I mean, honestly, to recover game, you can, right? I mean, legally on private property. I don't know how it is on.
You can't drive off.
Can you do it
right now,
on
can't
federal
drive off
land?
trails unless you have.
Right, to recover game, though, is what I'm saying.
If it's big game, get this. If you don't have permission to go in there and get your big game that maybe fell on someone's other land, you can't go in.
Yeah, but on private property,
I mean,
you can.
if you shot it on the private property,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because other than that, I really haven't driven off a freaking trail on my family's property other than to retrieve. We, like I said, the game warden up in that area freaking butt hammered my buddy's son over something like that, which is I'm not gonna get into that, but yeah, we went to recover it, and he claimed we were out driving around hunting and blasting it out of the side-by-side, which we weren't. And I haven't done that. I haven't just drove around like, hey man, could I do it? Yeah, I could do it all the time, but I don't do it because I'm typically not somebody who's a law-breaking person.
I came up there
so
with
I don't.
Leighton, and we went hunting pheasants, had a great time, and we transported ourselves to our point of start, and we had a great time.
Yeah.
We walked everything. I mean, to me,
yeah. And you came out to the pasture, Clay. I mean, it's basically like down at your place. It's an open land. The guy could do whatever he wants. I don't, but
time.
I
I think that's.
We didn't do anything nefarious, man. I mean,
But I can tell you this, having
Anyway.
a side-by-side or a pickup or whatever it might be is very handy for transporting people around. And I don't think...
By the way, I thank God for having the person born who invented side-by-sides, because to me, that's one of the greatest inventions in mankind. Yes, I love side-by-sides.
Let's go on quickly to 2137. And I think that's a very important bill. That is the baiting bill, as it's been called. I'm sure everybody's heard of that. So the baiting bill here, let me bring it up. We just turned into a legislative thing tonight, didn't we?
Yeah, well, you and I said before the show, we could probably just do the whole damn show with these.
So 2137, pretty much a straightforward bill. We had Senators Keith Payne and Senator Thomas and Senator Patton, along with Representative Koppelman, Novak, and Tevitt. They introduced this, and what it's going to change is it's a new section to Chapter 20.1, but this is -05. And it's created, and it says as follows. Hunting hunting big game animals using supplemental feed not prohibited or restricted. The department may not adopt a rule or implement a policy prohibiting or restricting the use of supplemental feed on private property for hunting a big game animal. Pretty straightforward, right? One sentence gets rid of it. It's not based on science. we have bigger supplemental feed piles just sitting out there naturally. And naturally meaning not created by nature necessarily, but it was in a farming operation. Maybe they spilled corn. You know what I'm saying? And
well, haystacks even clear. I watch deer and big. They'll stick their face in the same hole the other deer's eating it out in the hay bale. And
so this bill here, to me, I'm definitely a due pass on this. We've been fighting this. Oh my God, how long have we been fighting this? And that, to me, it needs to happen. It just does.
And hey, Kelly's told us more than one time. I mean, on our live stream here, and when we were on with Bell, I think he's not in favor of.
And this come about
ban,
because of CWD. And let's review CWD. They still haven't produced the prions or prion. There's been, I think, one, maybe two that they actually figured died from CWD in the state of North Dakota. All the others that have tested positive did not die from CWD. You know what they died of? Lead poisoning, a bullet. That's right, because the hunters turned the heads in.
That's why you got to give out more bow tags. They can broadhead,
spread their blood and then spread CWD more.
Yes,
that's the problem. So anyway, so CWD. I mean, it exists. I don't doubt it exists. But EHD is way worse. Takes out way more deer.
Oh, it's not even close.
They use this. They up the tags in my unit because it's a CWD unit, and they shouldn't have done that. We don't have the deer population for that. I do believe it's CWD, and I do believe EHD is more of a problem, though. That's what's killed off most of whitetails in my unit.
So they say EHD comes out of like when we get dry and they come out of the mud and the stock downs and
that's
shit,
what they
right?
claim. You know, I mean, it could be. It's a mite. From what I understand, it's a mite.
Yeah, so I can't. So they haven't come up with something like we're going to get some drones and go spray around the stock downs or something.
Because they don't. I don't know. They don't spend no money on that to research it. So.
Right. They just give out more tags and try and wipe them out.
This is a testimony letter. Now, you and I, we're just lowly guys that just been around and done some shit in our life. Don't have these big.
Knuckle dragging uneducated gun
don't
man,
have these
right
fancy
winger.
degrees on my wall. I got guns which are more valuable anyway. But anyway, so this is from Dr. Jennifer Sweatman. I strongly oppose Senate Bill number 2137. Responsible wildlife management, particularly for species like white-tailed deer, requires science-based, there's that key word, policies that include harvest limits and restrictions on activities that could negatively impact the population health. One of the key concerns, listen to it, wait for it, is managing white-tailed deer. Did you hear that? White-tailed deer population is the spread of disease, particularly chronic wasting disease. Now, I don't know about you, Gene. I've been to a lot of these meetings. And yes, a white-tailed deer can get it. They don't necessarily die. I've been told that many times in these meetings. But you know what it supposedly affects the worst? What is it again? Mule deer.
Mule deer.
So this person is worried about the whitetails from over in Minnesota and doesn't even know. But she's a professor. She's an associate professor in sustainability science. It's like they just create shit now. At Concordia College, located in Moorhead,
right
Minnesota.
next to Fargo.
And she goes on about prohibiting
east of the Red River.
It's a CWD is just horrible, and it gets because of these food plots.
Unfortunately, from Moorhead, the EHD liberal Mitch jumped over and bit all the people in Fargo.
She's the established science responsible man. God, that sounds like something we had in 2020. Believe the science, slow the curve, responsibility. Yeah,
right. Fauci write that letter for him? Dr. Fauci.
Senate Bill 2137 prioritizes the short-term interest of a select few over the long-term health of North Dakota's, well, again, white-tailed deer population. She never gets it right. She just always is referencing the white-tailed deer. And there's people who depend on the sustainable and healthy ecosystem for their living. I don't know. I mean, I love deer. Don't get me wrong. I like to shoot deer, like to eat deer, like to make sausage, like whatever. But I got beef. I don't worry about deer as my subsistence as far as my red meat. And yeah.
The closest person I know who lives off of deer is Eric Newman, and I'm pretty sure he'd make her pretty
yeah,
easy
he
without
could. I'm pretty sure come up with another. We got sheep.
Or Axe's buddy, the Pokerbecks. They got, but again, they had 100 hogs they ordered.
Well, but you'll love this. One of the things she said, and she says it's just horrible, essentially. But pressure from the anti-gun or anti-science lobbying efforts should not interfere with science-based research and expert recommendations. So, I'm a doctor. I have a certificate, and I said so. So it's right.
Probably never hunted a deer in her life, Clay, or butchered one for that
Jennifer
matter.
Sweatman.
And I can tell you, EHD kills mule deer. Definitely not at the rate of whitetail, but yeah. And she's talking about CWD, which, like Clay said, she's in whitetail, and I've never even heard of it.
So Kevin,
I mean, she didn't. Yeah, we got some good comments here, Clay. Go for it.
Pennsylvania with gangrene from effing arrows. I don't doubt that. Corey says EHD is hell on whitetail. Stagnant water is the cause. Yeah, and then that mid. Quotes science. Eric says, we all know that deer are herd animals. That's right. They eat together, sleep together, do everything together. No deer are getting sick from French kissing or eating a sack of corn in front of a tree stand. Damn, I love that one, Eric. And you're right.
100%. 100%. Yeah. If that was the case, I mean, they'd pass it on. Like, Clay, if you watch deer, I know Eric watches deer. A lot of people, they freaking touch noses constantly when they're in a herd.
Right now, and it hasn't been a horrible winter, but I've literally have 50 to 100. By the way, mule deer in the CWD unit, the mule deer are overtaking it because the whitetails are dying from EHD. Go ahead and take these other questions here.
Yeah, Dougie says, if it's sustainable to their health, why is the government charging you to shoot and eat them?
How about that?
Yeah. Josh Patterson says, bait piles only spread CWD when you hunt over that pile. That's true, though, right, Clint? They said you can have it if you're taking pictures. I mean, Daryl, our buddy Daryl says it all the time, and Scott says it. Yeah. Kevin, he says, never even seen CWD. I don't think, probably, Kevin, because nobody knows what it looks like. There's a picture of a deer out there that they claim had it, and it looks like it's all zombified.
Bat country anglers and speakers and whatever them.
Bat Masterson.
The bat country hunters that were started in Montana by a bunch of liberals. They have some here now.
Yeah, well, Josh said his name last week, Zach Bond or whatever.
Chairman of that, and there's several others. They had some testimony in there, and it was all negatives, but I can tell you right now, the support of this bill is overwhelmingly at least 2-1 for every opposition. There's at least 2, maybe 3 that are in favor of it. They truly are, and let's hope that they had the hearing already.
Wow.
I think it was. I got to look it up, but I'm telling you right now, CWD is not spread by a little bait pile in front of your deer stand or whatever.
I don't think it's spread from a big bait pile.
I watch these deer gather up right now in these cornfields, hundreds of them, and they're all together. And so, what the hell? What's the difference? I mean, this is just plumb ridiculous. It's a dumb idea, but there's a ton of money in this. Follow the money. The Great American Outdoor Act, which I am sorry to say that President Trump signed in his first term, and Kevin Kramer and John Hoven, it's like they just freaking went gaga over it and couldn't. I got this much money. I got it for you guys. Coming back to North Dakota. I mean, you should have heard them on the radio. They're all excited.
There was another one I thought after that too that Biden had that gave a bunch of money to
probably.
CWD.
I mean, the money in this is overwhelming that's out there to study CWD. gee, where have we heard this before too? Anytime a government gets so involved in studying one thing, you got to ask yourself, what's the back play on this? And we still don't know. We know one thing: it's sucking a lot of our tax dollars, being sent out to D.C. and then funneled back in here to game and fish departments, and now they're flush with money, which is why they don't need to raise fees. So anyway, I don't know. It just is very, very, very frustrating when I see stuff like this.
So Clay, remember we were on Mike's show and that what was that Range Bill Act? Remember that?
Yeah,
we talked about on Mike Bell show, Dakota. Because so you and Mike said I was going to wait, but before I forget, you guys said Biden wouldn't sign it. He signed it, so all these gun ranges are going up on all this federal protected land and national. What was it again? National parks. Is it mandated that all this? I don't remember how much money was from Pittman Robinson, but all the national parks and something else. They were mandated to build gun ranges on there now for sport shooting and target practice.
Or if it was
but it's law now. I mean, I got the link. Yeah. I mean, we get on Bell's show. We'll get into it a little. Like I said, Clay and I are going to be on Mike's show February 3rd, Monday. So we'll bring that up on there for sure. I got one up on you, you sophisticats. On I got lucky holiday.
So Doug Wolf says, "Hey Dougie," he says, "What North Dakota universities are getting paid for this?" That's a good question. I don't know. I said, "Are they even North Dakota universities?" I don't know. I haven't went that far into it. I just know there's a shitload of money that has rolled into the game and fish departments nationwide on this thing. 18 wins and a dozen 6-shoot. I love that. I'm from the communist country of Massachusetts. I can tell you dumb laws all damn night. And yes, I know you can. You guys, you know what? We always call it behind enemy lines when you're in New York, Massachusetts, Jersey, over there in California. We thank you for being there. You know, it's the resistance, kind of like Red Dawn, you know, coming from the behind the enemy lines of the free country. Here's the code tonight.
All that hate's going to burn you up, kid. Keeps me warm.
Keeps me warm. I love it. All right, so we got to get to this one, though. We have to get to this one before the show is over. And this is Senate Bill 2155, your favorite one, Jamie. Senators Cleary and Beckendahl, baby. Representatives Bosch and Steiner. Now, let me put it up here. Maybe I don't need to. Can anybody see them when I'm putting them up here?
I can when you make them bigger.
Yeah, let me find it.
Make it bigger, baby.
You've never heard that before.
On occasion.
All right. Then I got to turn the chat off. Sorry, guys. We'll turn it off, but we'll come back with the question. Oh,
yeah, there you go.
Maybe I wonder if I can make it any. Let's see if I can expand it here. I cannot. So, anyway, here's what this one is. This is Bill 2155. It's not a new part of 20.1-0311, but this is in reference to amend Section 5 or subsection 5 of this particular bill or law, actually. And here's what it says. This is what they want to do. So right now, here's how the law reads. The number of licenses issued without charge. This is on gratis licenses for animals. Okay. Under this subsection may not exceed, and here's what it used to say, the total number of buck licenses prescribed for each district or unit in the governor's proclamation. So what that means is the number of licenses couldn't exceed the total number of buck licenses. Now what they've done is they've struck the total number, and it's going to, if it passes, the number of licenses issued without charge, that's a gratis tag for the landowner, under this subsection may not exceed 1/2 of buck licenses prescribed for each district or unit in the governor's proclamation. And that's it. So they struck all of the other, which is if the number of eligible persons who apply for license issued, that's all kinds of.
So if there's 100 buck tags in whatever unit, and they can only give out 50 gratis tags?
That's what it'll say.
For buck?
That's exactly what it will say.
Yeah, I'm totally against this, and like I said, I don't own a freaking 1 acre of land. I don't own a half an acre.
I have not looked this up. Not that I really care, honestly. if we've ever met that threshold ever, where there was 50% of them went to gratis, through applicants. I can't tell you. I didn't look it up. And frankly, I don't care, because there should be enough gratis tags available for as many landowners as want them. And because that was something that was promised to the landowners in North Dakota. And they keep trying to whittle away at that. And I'll tell you right now, if this passes, and I think Cleary needs to hear this, and anybody supporting it, we had a North Dakota lockout here a few years ago because of the property rights bill, and we locked it.
I see the sign behind you there.
Right there.
Got a few on our property too. The property I need permission to drive on from my family.
We did a hell of a job of locking up a lot of acres, and it pissed them off, and things kind of relaxed after that. I can guarantee you this. And these antelope, and I agree, the antelope numbers are down because they're doing such a good job of managing game. Whitetail are down, antelope are down. Pheasants are up on my place, but that had nothing to do with game and fish. That had to do with my own doing mostly. But I'm telling you right now, if they do this, and they only allot 50 of the total license, of the total buck licenses in these units, and I don't get an antelope tag because, there wasn't no license left. You think I'm going to let anybody hunt? Hell no.
Oh, you didn't get drawn, but some dude from Fargo did.
Yeah, I don't care if it was from Fargo or from Biz. If I don't get my gratis tag here, and I applied for it, you're not hunting here.
That's what I mean. And then some guy applies in a regular lottery and gets drawn, and you don't. And you as a
I know
where Clay. I've seen your property. I've been there. I've seen all the property. Antelope. Where do you see your antelope most? Because they're in freaking alfalfa fields, right?
Or even,
okay.
Well, yeah, they're mostly on those with grass.
Wheat fields. So, I mean, remind me, does alfalfa just grow wild in these nice big sections? No. You got to buy the seed. First, you got to break the ground up when you get it. Then you plant the seed. And you got the diesel to do it with. Maintenance on your tractor, then you got the swather, and then you got the baler, and you got the tractor that pulls the swather, and then you got the tractor that stacks a bit. So these antelope pretty much live on this alfalfa fields, and you're supposed to take it in the ass and some. No. How can you possibly think that's the right thing to do?
Let's face it, antelope. The difference between deer and antelope. I mean, I watched this in a couple of bad blizzards. Antelope will get behind hay bales for shelter. Will not eat them. They'll sit there and die before they eat hay. Where deer,
right. You're right. I haven't seen antelope do that actually.
That inch or two of snow cover maybe, and then they'll paw down to that green stuff that evidently has enough nutrients for them. And you're right. A lot of times it's in our cut hayfield. I mean,
that's that gal from Minnesota. She'll tell you.
She got it all figured out. But I'm just saying right now, it's bad policy in my opinion for anybody that wants to hunt, that supports this kind of thing. When you start dicking around with the gratis tags in this state, you're going to piss off the landowners. We have enough issues right now with landowner-hunter relationships. And you know what? I don't think it's the hunters causing it. It's the fur, fish, and feather kumbaya group and the game and fish cause they cause the most problems between landowners and hunters. If they'd stay the hell out of it, we'd have no problem. I do believe that.
So what came first, the Measure 5 or the lockout?
That would have been Measure 5. Well, actually, no. Measure 5 was a whole different deal.
I'm just saying, does it correlate like they tried Measure 5 and you guys did the lockout, or you did the lockout and then they got butthurt and said they were going to do a Measure 5?
First, and we defeated that. But then the property rights bill came.
That's what it was.
I mean, then when it failed, and it only failed by 4 votes, Porter kissed my ass. He was on that too. Anyway, no,
man, you don't like him.
He's been a communist. He should put a Democrat. He should put a D right by it.
I thought Scheibel was bad for you. You're really on this Porter character.
Property rights. I mean, he's the one that carried the bill in the session before that. But I give credit where credit's due. But Porter's against anything that's good for anybody out west or anybody that owns land. It's just a plain and simple fact. Look at his voting record. But he's really connected to things like the Ducks Unlimited assholes, the mule deer communists. I'm sorry, but when they did get rid of, I guess, the commie that was running that.
You're supposed to say sorry, not
sorry.
sorry.
I kissed my ass.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go.
But anyway, I'm not.
Oh, Corey says, not only that, he says, I hope
Oh,
the heck it
absolutely.
rains after you plant it. Yeah, I mean, it's damn frustrating when you put seeds in the ground, you're waiting
And
for
they
your
don't.
alfalfa to grow, and it doesn't come up and
A
it
lot of
doesn't rain,
dollars.
man. It's, man, that's stressful. Josh says 08A and 09C each had 3 tags available for public
So,
to the public.
I
for
don't know where
antelope
them are
tags.
at, but some of these guys must be located in there that are pushing it. That's probably where this come about. Because they couldn't draw it. Guys, and the units are down. It's an absolute fact that the numbers of antelope, at least in my area, are down. I don't know about your area.
Yeah. In the mid 2000s or maybe late, like, I mean, you could go up in our unit there, and I'm wondering, where's your unit at? Well, right around Golden Valley. You know, that's sort of my family. Yeah, and you know, Dodge, Zap. I mean, you could get a doe tag every freaking year. There was antelope. There was and we had a couple big winters and a spring storms, and out freaking wiped them out, and it's never been the same since. I mean, it was just like EHD coming through and wiping out the whitetail.
A long time to come. Now, here's what's funny though. I'm right on the South Dakota border, right? You just go south here 10 miles, and that's it, and you'll see hundreds of animals. And I don't know what it's the same kind of land as I got, same kinds of activities. I don't know if they just.
Oh, you're such a cantankerous son of a bitch, Clay.
And I haven't been paying attention to that up here. And you get up here, and the antelope are here, but they don't stick around. And maybe that's just their habits for mating. That maybe they go migrate down there, and then they go to these areas. But you get just south here, literally 10 miles, and it's long.
Yeah, you were showing me that, but they did actually were on your land that day. They come over. We remember we were eyeballing them there. So, Clay, you know what I did? The first antelope tag I ever got, you know what I finally got sick and tired of and did? I bought a freaking res tag, man. And I mean I'm talking, this was back in like probably 2015 or so, 16 maybe. And I think that sucker was like $400. I could be wrong. And I didn't by any means shoot a freaking trophy. I shot probably an average pronghorn buck, and I had to hunt for that sucker too. But
you know where Whalen is over there. Axel knows exactly where he's at down in that country. Down by Bullhead.
Yeah, you said by Bullhead. I'm familiar. Yeah, we
there. But again, that's about 10 miles south of the border. It's just like you get 10 miles south of this border, and they're better. Now you get down to where like Eric Newman is. There's quite a few antelope down in that meadow bison area. There truly is, or even up there around Shade Hill. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Josh's numbers are down big time. Seen it driving up to Killdeer and back here the other weekend. And I don't know, maybe they don't like cold weather, so maybe they just don't want to come back up north. I don't know. Yeah. But
yeah, Axe says we had our first pronghorn hunt in our unit for years. Yeah, and Axe is west of Mandan, probably 7-8 miles there, and his address is New Salem. But here, look at here. Oh, man, they're getting hammered tonight, aren't they?
How many of them tags went to out-of-state bow hunters? Good question.
Oh,
yeah. Of course, you're getting some feedback, Jamie, on your video audio. It's off from time to time. Okay. I am going to hit one more here. I think we got time to do this. And
sure,
that'll kind of cover some of these.
I mean, we can go 7 hours if we go. If one of you gots to go 7. Yeah. Little Josie Wales for you.
Oh, this one here.
If one of you gots to take the old lady.
All right, Senate Bill 2168. So Shai will actually introduce this, and I'm going to have to actually call him on this one. It's also Senators Lem and Murdahl, Representatives Brandenburg, Hawk, and Hawley. And I'm going to have to talk to Hawley. I didn't realize he was on this bill.
I mean, good guy, good people on here, but
they thought about what they're doing here. So what it is it's relating to hunting near buildings and occupied structures and storage structures. So here's what it used to say.
Mm-hmm.
Hunting near occupied buildings without permission is unlawful. Okay? Now, and then it also said no person may hunt or pursue game upon the premise of another within 440 yards of a of an occupied building without consent of the person occupying such building. And that was the end of it. Okay. So here's what they wanted to read.
Mm-hmm.
Hunting near a building, occupied structure, or storage structure without permission is unlawful. An individual may not hunt or pursue game within 440 yards of a building, occupied structure, or storage unit without the consent of the property owner. Okay. So sounds pretty straightforward, right?
I thought you couldn't already, though.
But I don't know. To me, here that's why I want to visit with them. That's why I'm kind of confused on it.
I mean, what are they getting at here?
That's what I'm getting at. You know what I see though when I read this, and I've never really paid much attention to it, but now again it's brought to light as to what the law is versus what they want it to be. My biggest issue is this. Okay, so let's say you have a storage building, and this I can think of an example right here, where it's within the 440 yards of my property line, but there's nobody there. It doesn't even store anything. So now, you telling me on my own property, I can't hunt within that building unless I move away 440 yards, which will be about another 200 in the mine? This is where I'm getting at. So I guess I got some issues with this one because I think that it could be an issue.
Yeah, but so hunting near
and it used to say
without permission is unlawful. So if you have permission, you can do it.
Read, but like what I'm getting at is this is another one of them bills that I didn't even know the law was already in existence that way. Never paid attention to it. Now I found out this law sits there and it's there. That's kind of what the law is now. I think they just cleaned the language up, but maybe we need to look more at this and go, okay, as long as you're not shooting towards a building in any way or make you liable if you do hit something. I don't know. It kind of torques me off because I know and I hunt birds over there and I'm not anywhere near their building.
Yeah, I'm saying, Clay, everybody I know, I'm saying everybody knows the 440 yard thing. You don't shoot unless you had permission, right? Like you hear my dad's. I mean, the field's literally right next to his freaking house. Same with my Uncle Dean's.
Because I want to call. Whoever I get a hold of first, I want to see what their intent was with this one. I don't know if it's just cleaning up language or what they were doing. I thought I think
I mean, it's not cleaning anything up, though, is it?
Well, they're changing.
Unless I'm missing something.
Individual, and they changed from occupied building to, and then they added storage and other structures. They had it as no building, and now they're specifying which building. So, I guess.
Okay. I see what you're saying. Maybe. So it's a shop, and it's.
Well, say like the old North Place where the house is actually falling down over there. I would say that does not qualify as any of the three they described. So,
right, but I mean, I know I'm going to say this, you're going to get me, but I mean, you'd think the game warden or the sheriff would use common sense here and say, "Yeah, nobody's living in that place."
I think they got common sense, most of them anymore. It depends on each person.
I don't. It seems like an unnecessary law to me, Clay. But if you talk to Dawson or them and they clarify it for you, I'm definitely.
Well, like Dougie says, I like this one, and that's what I'm getting at. He says, yeah, what if a person would put up a shed just to F with your hunting? And that's, I've heard of that.
Oh, and there's people who will do it. I promise you, people will do that.
And Dan, you're right here. So current law allows you to hunt on your own property, no matter how close you are to your neighbor's property. This appears to prohibit that unless you have neighbors' permission. Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. And so that's why I said I'm kind of throwing it out there so that everybody just is really exposed to it and knows about it. Because I think it needs more clarification of the intent of what they're doing.
Yeah, that's kind of a cloudy one to me. There, I don't. I like Dan's got a good comment there. I do like that. So
it'll be interesting. Does it infringe on your private property hunting rights with the way they've worded it now? That's the question.
So Dan, are you coming down for the Brain Bucket Challenge or what, buddy? We haven't seen you. I think the last time we seen Dan was 2A Day a couple years ago.
We had some fun though. But
Yeah, hey, so way back, I didn't ever read this, but Doug said, yeah, he's going to try and get us in the Prairie Dog Challenge. And Josh said no out-of-state antelope tags. There, we were talking about that, so he had to laugh out of that. So
because of the low numbers, especially in antelope, and there are. So do we close the season? You know, we had to close even here for a couple of years. Maybe we close it, or do we just eliminate all out-of-state tags? And I don't know how many they've been letting loose. I didn't pay attention to it.
I don't care.
If you don't have
I don't want none.
You have none, right? I mean,
right.
Me, it should be the residents first.
I suppose you want the southern border closed too, huh? Yeah,
Oh,
I do.
I love it because how many times have I said if I was president, I'd put the military down there and shut it down? What happened? Trump got in, and he ordered a lot of National Guard units to go down along the border and close it. That is exactly what's happening.
Perfect.
If you guys watch,
let them deer come across.
If you watch
and then,
Real America's Voice, and they've been showing it live. They got Ben Burkplot and some of them other guys down there coming live, and they're showing the troops moving in. So it's really happening. It's not.
Right here we got. Read
Josh
that
says,
one,
I know a guy that put up a building across the road from land his neighbor has in plots, so people can't hunt it anymore. All because he claims a guy shot his deer on his plots land. And that's the issue.
See, I guarantee you that happens more than what he said. Dan says he probably is. I'll let you know. Awesome, Dan.
Well,
looking forward to it, buddy.
This time, Jamie, we've got to get like a picture of everybody that comes to this thing. Get it in front of our.
Yeah, we got like a group picture of the deer rifle steel challenge, but yeah.
Yeah, Doug says Dan would do it with a pistol. He can't come. He would make us look. Love it. All right. Well, we're coming up on the top of the hour. We do have a badass. It's only 7 minutes and 50 seconds. Should we do it? Or should we wait?
How about, I was going to say, you know what I think we should do is just do that on its own maybe tomorrow. Because we're not doing.
Okay.
Let's do that, and then let's do another ad for the sponsors here. And then let's cover a little Mitchell in the morning things and a few other things. I think because we can just put that up as a video on its own, and I think it's going to get
work. So yeah.
Okay, I'm throwing that out there. Hey Clay, go man. I'm just living in it, man.
So you're like the band's back together here, you know.
Man, this has been fun. I love it. I mean, one more hour.
Again, and then all 5. Let's give everybody some thanks here. We haven't plugged them enough.
Let's do it. Yep, hang in there, guys.
At Horton Laser Craft, we believe in the power of personalization. Whether it's a cherished memory, a special occasion, or a unique gift, our custom laser engraving brings your vision to life. Our expert craftsmen and state-of-the-art technology ensure every piece is a work of art. From personalized decor to one-of-a-kind keepsakes, Horton Lasercraft makes every moment unforgettable. Visit HortonLasercraft.com today and start crafting your perfect gift. For more info, email them at HortonLasercraft@yahoo.com or call them up at 605-545-7535. Horton Lasercraft, where memories are engraved. LAUER Auto Repair, located at 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Give them a call at 701-258-6308.
The team of mechanics at LAUER Auto can take care of any problem your vehicle is having. And when you do business with LAUER, you can be assured you're doing business with a pro Second Amendment America First repair shop. There are plenty of other auto repair shops in the Bismarck-Mandan area. But why take a chance at patronizing a shop that might not have your beliefs at heart? Make no mistake.
no mistake.
Lauer Auto is your pro Second Amendment repair shop. When you talk to the guys at Lauer Auto, don't forget to tell them that you heard they are a sponsor of Guns and the 701 and that you appreciate their support of our pro Second Amendment, pro North Dakota live stream and podcast. That's Lauer Auto Repair, 701-258-6308.
701-258-6308.
Located 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Experience the exhilaration of power in your hands at Bloodline Kinetics. Why Cerakote? Simply, it aids in firearm preservation while also giving your piece a unique look. Barrel threading, NFA laser engraving, bolt handle threading, mount, level, and bore, sight scope chamber, rebarreling, and much more. Bloodline Kinetics is meant to reflect a long American lineage in gun ownership, who stand for the Second Amendment rights, Bloodline, and the science behind gun accuracy. Kinetics. To some, it's just a constitutional right that can go away. To us, it's in our American bloodline, and we believe it should stay that way. Here at Bloodline Kinetics, we understand that hunters, sportsmen, women, and gun owners should have a quality firearm. Stop and see us at 2008 Morrison Avenue 2 in Bismarck, North Dakota, 58504, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call 701-390-7997. Visit our website, bloodlinekinetics.com.
Ever tried catching a fish with your bare hands or hunting a deer with a stick? Don't be that guy. At Mandan Sporting Goods, we've got all the hunting and camping gear you need. We're your one-stop shop for outdoor adventure.
A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed.
Check us out at mandansportinggoods.com, or better yet, stop in to 210 East Main Street, Mandan, North Dakota. Mandan Sporting Goods, where the outdoors meets functionality. Store hours, Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Closed Sunday. Take up arms at Mandan Sporting Goods. Your adventure starts here.
Looking for the best gun gear for every and any situation? Little Angry Man Arms LLC has you covered. Top-notch guns from top-name brands like Winchester, Glock, Sig Sauer, and Ruger to essential extras from Magpul's, Streamlight, Hollow, Sun Optics, and more. Little Angry Man Arms LLC have everything to make your shooting adventures a success. Visit littleangrymanarms.com today and gear up for your next big hunt, competition, or home defense. Don't miss out on our exclusive deals. Little Angry Man Arms LLC, based in Trail City, South Dakota, your ultimate hunting partner.
Anvil Brand LLC, raising and training tomorrow's barrel horses right out of Bismarck, North Dakota. Tracy and her family are great American patriots who not only support the Second Amendment, but they also promoted what you're looking for, top quality barrel horses. Go ahead and give Tracy a call at 701-471-6629 and tell them Guns and the 701.com sent you. That's Anvil Brand LLC out of Bismarck, North Dakota.
Mismatched Converse, t-shirts tucked in, know my worth, can't tell me nothing. White Nikes, albino, pink cop.
Alrighty, we are back, and again, thanks to our great sponsors. We can't do it without them. And yeah, we wanted to. So we're playing the Horton one separate because that was a brand new one we put up. We got to do some tweaking to it. But hey, we want to thank our brand new sponsor, Horton Lasercraft, and of course, LAUER Auto Repair, 309 South Washington Street. Give Doug and the crew a call down there at 701-258-6308. They'll get you set up for everything, and trust me, everything.
Yeah, I have mine down there. Oh, last week I think I had it down there. My heater wasn't working. Got it down. Got that sucker working. Works great, baby. Right before that cold hit, got it working.
He did my
good,
oil here the other day.
Appreciate
on the Tahoe, that. So he slipped me in there, and I appreciate that. We like to support our sponsors, and I'm bringing that Dodge to you, Dougie. We got to fix that light issue with that little module. I'm pretty sure that's what.
So, Clay, should we slip in the happy ending chronicle of the week here real quick?
Love it.
Yeah, you like that chronicle. All right, so it's real short and sweet here, gang.
Corey, yes, Mandan Sporting Goods is still with us, but they did move. They moved a block off of Main. So.
Hold on here, Corey. Let me help you out with that here. Oh yeah, because he didn't do it. What the heck did I do? Here it is. I knew I had the ad. Hey, it's just like anywhere else, man. When you get old, you got to have sticky notes here. Mandan Sporting Goods, new address, 206 4th Avenue Northwest, 2 blocks north of Runnings off of Main Street. 206 Ruger. Oh, it's 204.
Yeah,
Never.
just where Runnings is in Mandan, hang a left.
I'm swinging in there tomorrow. I'm gonna buy some more Nosler of the 55 grain ballistic tick varmint, which I'm gonna win that brain bucket challenge with.
Talking about, I'm bringing the sweat.
Anyway.
I'm going home with the winning circle, man.
Perfect.
Thanks, Doug.
Perfect. Yeah, anytime, Max. Right. Appreciate you, man. All right, so let's get here the happy ending chronicle. Just after 5 a.m., October 25th, a 19-year-old man broke into a residence in Herrick, Illinois, and threatened the occupants. One of the residents armed themselves. You better arm you. Decorate this place, my friend. You better arm yourself. Yeah, they're unforgiven, right? Is that... Anyway, one of the residents armed themselves and ordered the suspect to stop, but he ignored Clay. Bad move, dude. He kept advancing. The resident then shot the intruder, who later, happy ending, died of his wounds. The suspect, Clay, this isn't going to surprise you, was well known to police for, quote, prior involvements, including open criminal case and previous incidents of aggravated fleeing from an officer and possessing a firearm without a FOID card, right? Because Illinois and their FOID card. You need a FOID card. It's going to stop criminals.
He didn't
give a shit, right? No, he didn't care. FOID card. Probably had a magazine more than 10 rounds in it, which you're supposed to have, and a background check. Criminal. Hey, good thing the guy who shot him, no charges were filed. Happy ending.
Beautiful.
The scuzzbag. Life-threatening injuries.
We're gonna make him better.
You're as rude as you are anti-bow hunting. Dude.
Well, I don't think
I
we
am
should
neither.
ever be accused of being politically correct here, nor would we want to be. Plain and simple.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Listen, I bow hunt. I have, some of my best friends ever bow hunt. And if you caught the earlier show, I was ragging on it. It's because they get special treatment, and I don't like that. It irritates the living shit out of me, and it's getting. I was over it for a while, and I seen these bills, and I would just ignites my anger and passion to get shit changed on it. So I'll leave it at that.
Are still the same as they've always been here. I have nothing against bow hunting, and Eric Newman does a lot of it, and he's good at it. But you're not going to bow hunt here until I'm done hunting. I mean, why on earth would I do that? Honestly, I've got myself and my 2 boys go around, chase my deer around, kill my big bucks before I even get a shot at them. Not happening, man. And I don't bow hunt, so that's just the way it is.
Corey, he's thumping the chest here, man.
That Savage 243. Oh, you must have heard the same I did.
Yeah, I guess we. Yeah, not only that, you better read all of that, Clay. We're fighting each other on showing it here. Let me.
Savage.
Savage 43, and you'll all be crying.
Like a Democrat.
Did Leighton and what's the bigger fella's name there? His buddy. They had 243s. That didn't work out so
was
good.
Leighton and Braden. I mean,
that was a scope
issue,
though. I thought.
And I don't usually ever blame that, but one was hitting and one wasn't. And then I took it out myself. I was like,
bad carpenter, always blame the tools.
And I got rid of that, and I put that scope on I bought from you, and guess what? We're driving tax again. So.
Yeah, that's right. You got that figured out. That sucker works good, doesn't it?
That's good.
Awesome. Hey, Corey, bring it up, man. I don't care if you beat me. I do care if I get beat, but I'd just like to hang out, man, and bullshit with you and have some beers.
We've like gained 10 viewers now that we're getting to the end.
Yeah. Everybody on X, you guys kick ass. I love it.
Yeah,
man.
we appreciate it. And X has been cool.
Hey, Clay, you want to talk a little TikTok real quick? We're going over, but since
you start off.
All right, so TikTok was going on, and I didn't give 2 shits if TikTok was going away, right? TikTok didn't do jack shit to support President Trump and his election until he got elected, and all of a sudden they're thanking him because he's bailing their ass out. And I got a lot of friends, right-wingers, gun owners. When Clay and I were briefly on TikTok with Guns in the 701, they freaking did shit, just like, hey, you can't do this. This is against our content, bullshit. Listen, if you're a Republican and you support president, there's no goddamn way you shouldn't have an X account. And if you're on TikTok and you don't, you better check yourself, man. Listen, I'm not telling you, don't get rid of your TikTok. I guess keep it if you want, but you should have a freaking X account.
Is the place to go.
Not only did Elon help him get elected, Clay, with tons of money, and he helped him on X, he actually helped everybody have their free speech back on X, and now it's resonating with the rest of these companies. Yeah. He's part of Trump's administration now. Is anybody, last I checked, Clay, did TikTok give Trump a dime? No. Did TikTok do anything to help Trump get elected?
Well,
that's debatable, I guess, because Barron went on there and Trump claims.
But the people who used it.
Right. They never gave a dime to Trump, and nobody from TikTok's in his administration. And now, in fact, he's talking about he wants Elon to buy it, or I can't remember the other guy. So they do that. We might be back on
I look
TikTok.
at it this way. I like the idea that they got to be sold to an American user. And I did hear his other thing where he's talking about possibly having a private public partnership where he's going to have the United States be half owner just because it's worth $1 trillion with the United States, or it's worth nothing without it. And he's right. Well, the users are primarily in the United States. But you know what?
You can't even TikTok in China.
You guys that went over to the other Chinese app, are you retarded? That's completely Chinese. And they definitely are. It's just the dumbest thing I ever heard of. I'm starting to hear that.
This is what I was laughing at right here.
I almost feel bad about talking all your money.
Taking all your monies. Doug, all right, man.
What's going on here?
I want you to spill your drink out there, JD. I almost did. If I was taking a drink when I read that comment, I might have.
TikTok. I never used it. I've never been on it. Whatever. I don't see it as a free speech issue because there's plenty of other platforms you can play.
They didn't allow us free speech. They took down some prairie dog videos and some other gun stuff. And
let's see. So Eric says, problem is, I can watch you guys on the big TV using X. However, I am on X. Huh? Can't. Oh, there it is.
Maybe saying I can't watch you guys in the right because you can't log in.
You know what? If you want, you can definitely go on Rumble and watch that on the big TV because I've got that on my Roku. Rumble, CommieTube's on there. But yeah, X isn't on there, and I don't.
I mean, can you do TikTok on a big screen? No, I'm curious. I don't know. I'm asking a fair question.
I've actually, Jamie, been working on seeing how we get on Roku. I'm going to need some help with it, but I think we're going to be able to create our own app that comes off of this platform, and then you'll be able to put it on. Bring up add your app from your Roku. That's the easiest way to do it. And then you'll be able to watch us there, but you won't be able to chat.
Love it.
You'd have to chat from one of the other things. The chat is a little bit
because I'm not gonna lie to you. I got my TV's right here. Hey, hold on! You're saluting the Nazis like Elon was. I'm pointing. See, I'm pointing. Honestly, when I watch shit, I go right in on freaking YouTube. I hate doing that. I don't like. I'm like Eric said. You can't on X and watch it on a big TV. That sucks. Elon needs to maybe change that.
To see him integrate that.
I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, he's not doing that now. It's just like True Social. If you go to the big paid subscription, then you can get it, or you get her or some of the other. But you gotta buy a pretty healthy upgrade to be able to stream live.
Well, you're on the wrong one. You got to go and get him.
Get her.
Instead of get her.
But hey,
Dougie says we do the same when we want you on YouTube on a big screen and comment on X or Facebook. Yeah, when I'm watching Clay and Deke, I'm watching it on YouTube and then I comment.
Well, like I tune in to say your show or
Or you can log into your computer, and I got a 24-inch monitor. And Clay's got like the Super Bowl monitor in front of him. There.
I got a 24 here and a 32 here. I've got a 2-monitor thing now.
What does Eric say? I just want to sit next to Jamie on episodes, kind of like his own sidekick.
Hey, you could.
Hey, Eric, you're more than welcome, man. I'd love to have you. Eric's a big thermal hunter, night hunter. You don't even have to sit next. You can get next to me and Clay and anybody else on you. We get you on your phone, even on your computer.
You
get a mic
there next to us. We'll be talking. We'll bring in a pole dancer and another screen. We'll boost the viewership.
You're not even kidding. You can do that.
Josh says I got an X account, but when I watch the live stream on there, my comments don't go through for some reason, so I watch them.
Man, I think we get a lot of that. I don't know why. I mean, we do get it from a few people.
Well,
but
here's one. FEMA Region 8 says, "Hey, what's up, FEMA Region 1 in Massachusetts?" Now, I never saw that, and I cannot tell you why some of these don't. I'm looking at them right now.
Doug just commented that, right? Careful what you wish for.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know why.
Hey, Eric, we'd have a freaking blast, buddy. Say when. You're in. I got an extra mic, and once Clay gets me the supercomputer, let's do it, because I'll have extra ports for the...
So your hard drive showed up. Everything's there, but what the hell did Colton tell me? One part.
My hard drive's always here, man.
I got 2 of them. 2 big I got 2 terabyte each.
I don't even know what that shit means, Clay. Yeah, because I know you told Bell and down in the studio at KFYR, and they're like, how many? Clay's actually got more terabyte, way more than KFYR radio does in iHeart there.
Yeah, I'll tell you why. Because I had to be able to process the data. Remember how janky we used to be? We didn't have that problem.
Oh yeah, it'd be like if I was running the shit with. So Eric, I'm curious, Eric Glaus, are you coming out for the Brain Bucket Challenge, buddy? I'd love to have you out. Eric's he's a big gun guy, just like Brian Warner. Use the pop-up chat, and it sometimes works better. Brian, you and Mama Joe coming up for the Brain Bucket? You said you were, man. I'm looking forward to you guys rolling up with some Ruger American 6.5 Creeds, man.
Nothing to do with what we're talking about. How many tickets you got left on the Farm Bureau deal, Jamie? All right, and I've got 4. So whatever, Brian.
Hey, we might get rid of him out there. Did you ever hit Bell up when we went in the studio there?
I don't know if I ever actually got it done. And then Wyatt's got some. I think he's going to drop them off with you. He only had like 2 or 3 left, so we're about out.
Whalen, you mean?
Turnus, yep, he's got
Turnus.
So we'll get a hold of Whalen and see what he's got left.
Yeah.
But we're there. I don't know. I might just buy my last 4. I might as well have some more in there. Yeah.
We're open to. All right, Brian. Love it, man. We need some more MVEs there, buddy. Love it. Yeah, Mama Joe might freaking beat everybody. Like Clay says, a lot. I mean, I agree with Clay. A lot of times women shoot better than men, because you get men around a bunch of other men, and you're like, shit, ain't gonna take me long to shoot this sumbitch at 125. Oh, whoop. And the woman comes up and she's like, I ain't trying to prove nothing here, and bang, freaking drills it or drops the deer or whatever, and you're just like, what?
Better when you're teaching any kind of firearm.
Funny story, a buddy of mine brought his wife up to the ranch once, big Democrat, hated AR-15s, but she shot that thing like she went, Chris Kyle taught her how to shoot it, and I'm like, man, I know it, what are you thinking? And she's like, yeah, this is freaking awesome, and I'm like, so then he got to go and he went and bought one, and I don't know that she approved of it, but she sure hell likes shooting them.
Damn, too much whiskey.
She damn sure shoots better than me, Brian Warner says. Yeah,
she don't like to hunt.
Well, you get her.
Nell's a pretty damn good shooter. And she don't shoot that much, but she hates her.
That's what I tell my girls, man. I mean, T shot that deer in your land, Clay. I'm like, I don't care if you hunt. I don't care if you ever kill anything, but you got to know your way around guns and you're in Second Amendment rights, just like
that didn't sound like
any
she's
other
going to
rights
go
you
this
got.
year.
So.
I asked her, "You can go again?"
Well, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
We need to take her button hunt.
No, she goes, I don't want to kill any birds.
They taste good, though.
I'm like, it's a crying damn shame if you don't go deer hunting again, because you freaking blew the heart out of that son of a bitch. And now you're going to have a guaranteed buck tag?
Oh, yeah.
Come on now.
That was a lot of fun. It really was. I have a good time.
Yeah. Well, Healy Hammer's boys going, so she might change her mind here when she.
And like I said, I've told you that before. These kids with the youth tags, Jamie. If you got some buddies that they can't fill, I'm pretty sure we can hook them up down here. I mean, it's pretty easy. Honestly, that time of the year. And I know where. The thing is, I'm here all the time, so I know where all the deer are.
Yeah. Oh, you got the camper there.
You got plenty of room. Hell, I got a parsonage right there. I got a house.
Yeah. I mean, me and Dougie never burned up in there when we stayed, so we're good. Anybody, pretty much anybody's.
Feel like 105, 106 years old that house is. That's a good shape.
Well, I mean, just like our carcasses didn't burn up when we were in there.
No, that's if I get it, I'm trying to buy it from them now, and sounds like they're pretty open to the idea. If we get that done, then I'm going to do a little remodeling in there, but I'm going to open that up and rent it out to guys because there's always people looking. I mean, there's three bedrooms downstairs. There's 2 upstairs. A lot of guys can sit in there. So.
Yeah, it's a big place. It's pretty sweet. It's in good shape yet.
So, but we've kept it in good shape.
I slept good, and I don't know if it was the rum 7s or it was just comfortable.
And we got a bar and grill right down the road. So
yeah, damn good food there. I was good food and good drinks. Yeah, they don't hold back on their mixing there. I appreciate that.
You drink there, you'll know it, right?
Of course, you got some pretty good ones at the Civic Center, even there.
One guy,
right? I know. I took a drink of yours, and I was like, "Damn, okay, they didn't hold back on you, Clay."
Good that night.
Yeah, it was a good night. Yeah. Anyway, Friday, no show tomorrow for 701 Nation. Next week, I don't know. I'll tell you what, probably not, because I'm going to be filled in with Clay here the next 3 weeks for sure. I mean, some people are probably like, oh, God, no. No, it's tough shit, man. But Friday, Clay's going to be ice fishing down the Black Hills, so I'm going to be on with Mitchell in the morning with Todd. 8:15 a.m. Central Standard Time. Yeah, I'll be in studio with Todd. I know for sure we're gonna be talking about. So I listened to the whole, not the whole hunting part, pretty much, of Zuckerberg on with Joe Rogan. What Eric Glosser, you had me at Bar and Grill. Yeah, me too. It's a good place for sure. I highly recommend. Doesn't look like much on the outside, but yeah, fantastic. So we're going to talk about Zuckerberg. I listened to his whole spiel because I heard the clips of him, and he didn't know what kind of bow he had and shit. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to listen to the whole thing. Yeah. Hey, we know he's got some alpha in him, right? He likes ladies with the. Yeah, we're going to talk about that for sure. And we got one of the people that Trump pardoned. Clay and I were going to talk about it tonight, but I said, we got too many House bills in North Dakota, which obviously we did. We're 2 hours and 20 minutes. But one of the guys who got pardoned, he said the first thing he's doing, man, he's got his freedom back. He said, I'm going to buy some guns. We're going to talk about that a little bit. And I got 1 or 2 other things we're going to talk about with Todd. It's always going to be, I don't have that smooth interaction with him like Clay does. We're going to, Todd and I, we usually do pretty good, so it's going to be fun.
Doug, well, Eric Glazer, there's no such thing.
Oh yeah, too much damn whiskey is what Dougie's saying. No such thing. So yeah, other than that, Clay, we'll be back next Wednesday, same time, 8 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Mountain, and should have a good show again. It probably, I don't know, I probably ain't gonna be as bill heavy. We'll probably have some more Trump's gonna do some more Second Amendment stuff, and we'll probably have some other gun related.
I think what I'm hoping to touch on, because I touched on it, on Mike or on Mitchell in the morning. That's the Hearing Protection Act, and of course, concealed carry reciprocity. They've both been re-entered, and I think we need to talk about that a little bit. And I got to encourage everybody to call Julie Fedorchak and tell her, get on board. Don't just vote for it. Get on there as a co-sponsor. Get on there and co-sponsor the bill. Same that.
Right. Hey, you got that A on the questionnaire from the NRA. I mean, step just up and get it done. Dakota,
call Alfred E. Newman up there, Dusty Johnson, and get on board.
Yeah, I mean, whether they're going to vote for it or not. I mean, hey, being a co-sponsor of bills like that says a freaking lot, especially the people with a gun. Like Eric Glazer, Zuck is a turncoat fool. Eric, you may very well be right. I mean, he's been doing some UFC shit. Man, he's got Dana White on the board. I mean, I'm not saying he's going to be like one of us, but the more he gets tilted towards our way, I don't expect, Clay and I have said this, I don't expect everybody to be knowledgeable and part of their existence and their life is about guns and the Second Amendment and freedom stuff. But the more we can get them our way, especially a guy like Zuck, man, these big money guys who got so much influence with their platforms, that can only help us. So I'm not gonna kick him in the nuts and tell him.
He zucked our first page, that asshole.
Yeah, he did. That definitely zucked. Dougie says, same freedom place, same freedom time. Yeah, baby. I like that. Hey, I like that. Yeah, we do. Oh, man. Hey, you got any small, I'll have to check, but I don't think I do, any small Guns in the 701 shirts? I actually got a female fan who wants one.
I don't have any made. I can definitely get one made. I know we got some.
All right, I'm gonna check. I'll let you know. But
guess I'll have to bring.
Other than that, Clay, I don't
back and open it up.
Get them boys working. Their little hands, they work real good on their machines for free. So other than that, Clay, I don't have much to add, man. Had fun.
Yeah, it was a great
good show. A lot of information with you. Thanks for bringing that up.
With them bills because it can be mind numbing, but I thought they were important. Those were the ones I've seen that were pretty important. Some of the gun ones coming up aren't too bad. A lot of just little tweaks, honestly. I'd say the one that I really love the best, and it really shouldn't have that much trouble getting passed, and that is literally banning red flag laws in our state. I want to see that one passed, and I know Kelly will. Ain't even going to be a question. Kelly will sign that.
There you go, Eric. He said, I'll take a shirt. Man, Eric, I'm not going to lie to you, man. You're a way thicker dude than me, and I wear a large. I'm going to tell you, I think if you get an XL, that sucker's going to look like an Under Armour shirt on you. So let's give that a go on you first. A medium on you, dude. I don't think you could get it on. Eric's well, you know Eric Clay. He's a stout dude, man. I wear two. I don't look like a large, but I wear large shit, and it blows my mind. But
by the way, I got to brag. I tipped the scale today. I was down to 228. I haven't seen 228 in probably 3 years, so I was pretty happy with that.
Nice work, brother. Love it.
My goal is at least 210. So we'll see. I'm heading that.
I'm gonna hit this comment. Real quick. Eric says, as a hunter, not knowing what kind of equipment you shoot is like being a biker and not knowing. Yeah, I mean, Eric, I feel you on that, man. And Zuck did kind of address that, and I mean, like I said, I don't want to sound like I'm going to make excuses for the guy, but tune in Friday. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to give you my take on that because I can't say. You got to tune in. You got to tune in with me and Todd. Yeah, that's my teaser. You got it. I was exactly like you said when I first heard it. I'm like, you phony effer. You don't.
I got a night.
Just
next week, Wednesday, we're going to be on again. If you guys have anything you want us to check out, and we can email us at guns@gunsinthe701.com. I get that. It comes right into my regular email all the time. guns@gunsinthe701.com. If there's anything you want us to check out, especially maybe these legislative bills. Unfortunately, I wish I wasn't on this week, but hey.
Yeah, listen, Clay's got a job. I got a job. We can't keep up on everything. If this is all we did, we could give you guys every single goddamn piece of information. But
I kind of.
It's how it is. When I go on the radio, I got to take vacation from work to do it.
Yeah, my boss is a hard ass.
Yeah, I heard that about him. So if you can't, Eric, I'll tell you what. If you can't miss it, go on. If you're gonna miss Friday's show, yeah, okay. I agree with you. He said he watched the Rogan episode. The guy's a fool trying to. I get you, but he definitely was. I thought he was going to be even a bigger douchebag than he was. So I'm gonna. Like I said, I think he's trying to crack the seal and get into our world because he's doing
like this, Jamie. I don't trust him, okay, and that's fair.
I don't either. No, I'm not saying I trust him.
Me. I was a Democrat at one time. A lot of you might not know that. It didn't take me long to switch.
I mean, so was Trump, man. So was Trump.
Was I, Jamie?
No, I'm saying Trump was a Democrat too.
So was Reagan. But I seen a whole different light once I finally started checking stuff out. And I'm telling you right now, when I first moved into the conservative wing of things, I wasn't very trusted in the party with people down there in South Dakota because they knew my background and my
understandable. It's understandable.
But here I am, and it didn't take me long to come around to Trump because after Cruz I was a Ted Cruz guy, and when he got defeated in the primary, what'd I do, Jamie? I said, I'm all on board, didn't I? And
I was too, man. I was a Ronnie D guy, and I mean, it's not that I was against Trump, but I'm freaking balls deep on it now, man. I'm so happy that he's in there. It's been a great freaking, and it's going to be the greatest.
It's going to be the best. He's going to be the history books. They're going to be writing. So,
what I'm saying is, in short, I get 100% get what Eric is saying. Yeah, the guy could for sure be a phony, and maybe I'm going to give him a chance. I'm not going to kick him in the balls and say, you've been a liberal, turn your fucking ass around and go away. I'm going to give him a chance, and if it doesn't work out, and if we keep getting signs down the road, then yeah. But until I'll give him a chance. Just
absolutely. That's kind of where I'm at. We'll see where he goes.
I mean, people are doing that to Tulsi Gabbard, and I mean, even back when she was a Democrat, I was even like science. I was like, man, she can't freaking believe this shit, right?
I mean, Trump has a
thanks,
brand
Eric. Appreciate it, man.
And Trump's brand, it makes logical sense. It does. I mean, you know what? I never thought he'd be the guy he was the first term, and I was pleasantly surprised. So I don't give up on him if he wants to give it a whirl, but I think he has to know this. I can't believe he would. If Zuckerberg really feels he can come in and fake it and then turncoat on us, he's going to get crucified. We're not very forgiving once we bring you into the family and you decide that.
If you want to get to the hunting part, Clay, look it up. Go on iHeart. About an hour and 35 in is when they start talking about hunting. But I would recommend listening to the whole thing because he does have some insight on. God damn it! I'm not going to tell what I'm going to say Friday, but just go if you want. But so Dougie says everyone wants to be in Trump's and inner circle this time again, but Trump needs to be doing better at who's. So I'm seeing Trump's getting a lot of flack for these guys that came out and started talking about AI helping them with vaccines, and so here's my take on that real quickly. The guys who want to develop these cancer vaccines with AI, they're not saying you need to take this shit like Fauci. They're just saying if I tell you what, if I get cancer and they're like, you're fucked, dude, but we got some AI shit that's worked on like 50 freaking people that we tried it on. I'm like, I'd be like, inject that shit. Yeah, you damn right I'm gonna. I'm not against any mandate of giving you. I mean, we got to advance. If we're ever going to cure shit, what we've been doing is not working. I get the skepticism, but I mean, man, Trump hasn't really let me down on shit, man.
Trump's not a dumb man, and he makes friends with his enemies to a point. I mean,
he turns them, man. He turns them to his way.
He uses them for what he can get out of them, and then cuts them loose. And I'm not much different than that. I mean, you know how I ran the NRA. The guys that weren't with us.
I mean, that's the way the world works, man. That's really how it works, Clay.
Took their stuff.
And never is from the beginning to now. That's how it works.
I do the same thing. My friends are my friends, and the people that I don't really know, but they try to get close to me, I feel them out, and if they're no good, what do? I take the things they offered, and then I go bye. I gotta move.
So, Clay, I mean, tell me what conservative hasn't done that? That's just how it works, man. Like Clay's a successful guy. All successful people I know, friends of mine, that's how it works, man. If it's,
Yeah, no, that's
go
fine.
ahead, Clay. I'm sorry,
I didn't get to where I got by.
Joe was going to cure. Yeah, but Joe didn't even have a freaking plan, man. These people who want the three guys that were talking today said without Trump, Joe wouldn't even let him try it, man.
I know Chris Ledoux told me Copenhagen hero. Love that song too. My goodness.
It might be
We're
actually.
talking about one of my
Copenhagen's
heroes
freaking
in the evening
awesome.
was Chris Ledoux. So yeah. Anyway, hey, we're up about 2.5 hours. I don't know. I don't have a hell of a lot more to say.
Yeah.
But, and I can tell you,
I don't. We
No, we
could,
could.
man. Hey, it's just good conversation. We'll be back next Wednesday. Appreciate each and every one of you who
thanks
clicked
to
in
our,
here.
Thanks to our
Whether you
great
like what we said or
sponsors.
not,
We
this is
can't do it without them. It takes money to run this stuff, and we appreciate our sponsors. They keep growing. We got 6 sponsors now. Mandan Sporting Goods re-upped again, and Horton Lasercraft came on. Of course, Lauer Auto Repair has been with us from the very, very beginning. And Bloodline, we got 2 great guns, and they've done a fantastic job.
Yeah, and a sweet Cerakote on my 6.5, which I will unveil
He's
within the
donated
near
a lot
future
of
here.
things like barrel thread and stuff like that. So yeah.
Yeah. Like I said again, we're doing the brain bucket right here. Here's what we got. We got the free barrel threading and a couple sweet decals for
And
you.
little,
so, yeah,
and don't
you're
forget
gonna get
about
yourself a
Little
freaking
Man
Guns in the
Angry,
701.
just down there. He shot me a great deal on a Henry original, and that is a fantastic gun. So hey, thanks to all of our sponsors. We couldn't do it without you. And Friday morning, 8:15 Central, Jamie and Todd. So if you want to be there, thanks for having us. Hey, thank you, Doug, for being with us because you've been there since the beginning. So, thanks for all the great comments, guys. We really enjoyed it. You like the show. Again, these here, and I'll try to get them up on the website next week. We're going to pre-order them, and like I said, they're not cheap, so we're going to do pre-orders, and if it's 12, we'll do the order.
They're Polar camels. If you want to know what brand they are, they're not some.
They work really good. So.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
I think we'll
Use them
sign off
myself.
for tonight. I still got a little packing to do
Yes, sir.
before I take off early in the morning, and we're going to go do some ice fishing. We'll try to send you